Looks like we are live and things are going. Welcome everybody to episode 41 of Zotian Epoch. It's a tabletop role-playing game using D&D 5e 2014. Let's hop into it. So last week, our brave adventurers met up with Turtleberry, who's a tabaxi man that they've had some dealings with. He's a local shipwright and was a target of the cult at one point. He and his family have ties to the city and surrounding areas, and Leo stashed the millions of gold worth of diamonds in the shipwright's workshop, unbeknownst to them. Once it was discovered, they made a deal in which they needed to go down and recover those diamonds that are owned by a gang known as the Diamond Cross, who are quite powerful and related, or not related to, but connected with the cult of the Old Ones. On their way down the sea from the city of Talorn to visit this hidden workshop, they came across a shipwreck that was floating adrift in the sea. Some fishermen had been starving there and adrift for quite some time. Turned out to be the cult trying to get information about these disappearing and appearing ships that they've heard word about. The cult is always interested in something that might be magical or allow them to conceal their activities. So they're kind of sniffing around. They don't know exactly what's going on with Turtle's situation and the ancestral cavern that he has access to. But the cult is out there. They were defeated, fortunately, and two ogres were left to battle it out while the ship was sinking down into the ocean. The crew is now in transit back to the port of Talorn with their sick and rescued peoples. They were on a ship known as the Maltese, and they may or may not know things about Turtle's situation, but regardless, they suffered for it. Players, if there's anything else you'd like me to go over, please do, and if you'd like to add in your own memories, feel free to do so.
I honestly think the ogres on a sinking ship dying is just the funniest thing that happened. That's just me.
I tried to get them off.
You did! You tried the hardest! You were the only person who actively cared about those two ogres. Nobody else tried.
I didn't want them to die, but they chose that life,
They'll be
I suppose.
fine. They're ogres. They'll probably. Nah, they'll probably drown since they were chained.
Yeah. It's hard to swim in chains, especially when you're an ogre.
Yeah,
I mean, they
maybe they
aren't
worked out
our
a truce, who knows?
responsibility.
Not really, no.
I
I
mean,
got, I got my albatross.
True.
Um, I think his name is gonna be Oberon.
Oberon? Oberon the Albatross? That's a good familiar, I like it.
Obi, got it.
Olby. So, folks.
Also, creature type Fey
Okay.
for anything that would matter for.
Yeah, if you want to give me a few notes about Oberon, I'd be happy to take them and create you a little character sheet for them so you can pull them up just like Basker does when Leo calls upon his familiar.
Cool.
That said, everybody, you are sailing north to the port of Talorn. It is the afternoon on the day that you set out to go get your diamonds. Would you like to keep on this route? And is there anything you'd like to do on the ocean?
I mean, we did head back to town, drop off everybody, and then leave again, right?
That was the plan. It hadn't yet happened, but we can make that happen real quick if there's no qualms about that.
I do not want to bring these other people to Turtle's hideout.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we
It would be because, well, we can see that nobody is hiding amongst the captives, right? Like, there's nobody culty hiding among the captives,
that's correct. Not
or
that
the
you
people
can
who
tell.
were captives.
Nobody is wearing cult robes. Nobody has invisibility active, since you can see them with your veil. They all look like fisher folk
Mm.
from the city. You know, random adults, men and women that have made their lives fishing. They don't have anywhere to go, and they are pretty injured. I'm sure they'll find their way home once they get to town. But if you'd like to do anything with them, you can take care of them. Otherwise, I'm sure they'll find their way to their homes. They are from the city.
I think it would be better to just take them back to the city and then make our way back out to go see Turtle's hideaway.
Okay.
plan. Yeah.
That would be the safer option, and something that Leo would definitely say in his very paranoid and mildly arrogant tonage that I am just not doing right now because I need to go fill my water.
It's all good. While you go do that, the folks will be sailing up north. This will mean that your return trip, since you're doing another round trip today, is going to be in darkness, most likely. As this whole endeavor took quite a bit of time, and the location is about 2 hours south sailing of the city. Now that you've taken into the afternoon with these injured folks, and you return to the city, and Turtle's ship is making its way through the northern channel within the city and heading down the streets as if the water streets. I don't know how you want to describe that. They are little rivers, channels, aqueducts. Um, you go and pull to the side, and as one of the more conscious fishermen looks over to one of the areas, he goes, "Drop me off at Alebank. I'm gonna be fine there." And you guys make your way over to one of the random docks that is jutting out into the waterway, and you help them get off the boat. And some of them walk directly into a tavern. Others just kind of slump down, exhausted and disheveled. They thank you for your time, and you make your way back out into the ocean. I need water myself. I don't have to get it. I just need to drink something because I have not been hydrating. I've been doing tech troubleshooting. All right. Before you leave the city again, is there anything you want to do before you do that, Jaina and Samira?
Oh.
I think Jaina feels partly responsible for us needing to like make the trip back, so she's just gonna stay by the ship and be ready to leave as soon as possible.
Okay.
I think Samira makes sure that the people we brought back, the ones who may need medical attention, still receive it.
Okay.
And then once that's handled, she'll get back to the ship as well.
Yeah.
Leo
They're
buys food for everybody.
awesome. So a quick little trip as the most injured of the people get transported to one of the healers in the city. She is nearby in Alebank and sees a lot of business from people outside and inside the city. It's a pretty large place. She has a couple kobold nurses, and she's real chatty but nice gal. She takes them in and begins caring for them as you also go shop for food at random vendors that you see. Various fish related items and seafood are common, some fried stuff. Good things to take with you on a cold sail into the ocean this evening. As you get back to Turtle's small sloop, You hop on and set out across. Not much time wasted, and he doesn't say much, as you all are on a bit of a mission and you never know who's listening. He's also a rather careful and paranoid type just because of the business his family is in, but he's also extra paranoid now that he knows that this cult exists and the relative magic that they all seem to share. Another 2 hours passes by uneventfully as you sail southward again, keeping an eye out. I'd like everybody to make a perception check, please, for a general scan, if you care to be on the lookout while you are sailing south. If not, no worries, don't bother. And if you haven't short rested from our last session, feel free to do so.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I
did
see a
that
short
I
rest.
think I'm missing one slot from second and third level each.
I am missing a second level spell slot. Also, Pass Without Trace is still technically running, but that only lasts an hour, so it'll I don't know how to cancel that.
I don't either. Well, I do, but I don't really think it's that important. I can try if you would like. Keeps being goofy. Why is it? I keep right clicking and then it pulls up your token menu without letting me click on the other thing. So I'm not going to mess with it. We'll just pretend it's not there. Oh, you did it.
Concentration. There we go.
Cool.
You go under effects and do that.
Oh, on the sheet itself?
Spiel.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll just do that method. I was trying to do it from the token and it was like, you want menu? No.
I did short rest last time, but we might want to. Well, I don't know how. If anyone else has heard as Amira was, she might want to take another one if there's time for it.
There could be, yeah. If you want to chill out in the boat, you're taking a 2-hour trip. I don't see why not.
Sure, I'll take another short rest then.
Dice time. Watch streak reached. Oh shit. Congratulations on your streak wash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got a little bit of health points. Good, good. Right. As you all sail south, some of you taking a look out. Oh, what did we get for perception checks? Just Jaina? Everybody else is not paying attention? No worries.
No, I rolled a 10 for Samira.
I meant to say Samira, not Jaina. Nobody else did it, so I'm assuming y'all are just like playing cards in the back of the boat.
I would have Oberon just like up top. Sorry, I was messing with settings.
That's okay. If you would like to roll perception, you may. Just saying you're on this journey and going to a hidden location might be a good idea to keep your eyes out. Even though you did just deal with cultists.
How do you do familiar perception?
That would be based off their stats, and I haven't built it yet. Until we do that, you can just use yours.
Okay. It's worse than my familiars would be, so I don't mind.
For sure.
I'll just.
We'll say you're getting familiar with your familiar.
There you go.
Nice. Nice. All right. I need to do my own roll.
Oh, do you now?
What? That was not meant to be on your selection?
That was not meant to That was not meant to be anything. Sorry.
What the heck? It's all good. There
We're
we
not
go.
just gonna take the 6? Come on.
Nah. You want a 6?
For
You know
them,
that
yeah.
means. Okay. Um, as you're sailing down the coast, you manage to not run into anything in particular. You do see some boats near the coast. People just out there fishing, perhaps even looking for clams, stomping around on the beach, but you don't see anything terribly suspicious. You come to a cavern, or sorry, not a cavern, a cliff, the opposite of a cavern. And it's poking up out of the ocean. There's some scraggly rocks that poke out around it. It looks like any vertical cliff face that you've seen sailing by. And as it bends around this corner, there's a couple trees that stick out up top, and Turtle's looking around pretty carefully at his surroundings. He points out at the trees above. You all better keep an eye out as we go through here. Let me know if you see anything suspicious. As he calls out to the rest of the crew.
Oberon's up there, so we should be able to tell.
That's a good vantage point that bird has. Now, as we go through here, I realize we have a new person here. Don't fear what you see, just accept it and you'll be okay. As he adjusts himself.
Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Just stay in the boat.
As he begins sailing the ship towards the shore, an 80-foot cliff begins to tower over you, its shadow covering the water. The temperature drops a couple degrees as you get closer and closer to the shore. The cliff continues to get closer to you, or you to it, as there's no sign of him dropping anchor or slowing down the ship. The sails are unfurled, and you're getting rather close to the shore. As you begin to grasp on the railing of the ship, bracing for impact, the ship sails through, seemingly phasing through the dirt. No resistance, no rocks, no bumps, as a hidden river appears in front of you once you pass through what is effectively an invisible wall, or a wall that is there but isn't there, as you pass through it into a carved stonework cavern, entering into a large and winding river. Lights from candles dim and reflect off the ground, or off the water of the ground, and the wet tunnels that curve up and around you. Another wall, much like the cliff face that you saw, comes up to you. And as you brace again, you pass right through it, no problem. Turtle's looking around, just kind of smiling to himself.
As we approach that wall, can I put my veil on and see what I see?
Sure.
Does it still look like a wall, basically?
It does, yeah. Nothing is changing from it.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be affected by the same magic or spell that is something that the veil could see. As the ship continues to pass through it, you'll notice that this cavern is much larger than the ship you were sailing on. A two-sail vessel that isn't very long or wide at all, has a small cabin in the back. It's clearly a place that can handle a full-size galleon, or maybe larger. You begin to feel a little small, a little dwarfed by what you are sailing through. 3 more walls come up. Some look like they are falling off into the ocean. Some look like they turn over to the side and form a beach. but instead you just continue passing through these facades, as you will. And as you enter into the what happened to my freaking music? Going. And as you turn yourself through that last one, you enter into a massive cavern that towers hundreds of feet above you and around you. Distant and calm water just kind of fills the entire room. Lights light up a central figure in the middle that reflects around and shines light across the entire area after Turtle had activated a torch once you passed through by shooting a flaming arrow into it from where he was standing. Old buildings seem to line these stonework and man-made docks that surround the rim of this place. There are buildings that look like stacked city buildings that people might have lived in at one time. There are racks and rows of boxes and barrels all stacked up in another area that looks a bit more industrial. In a way, you've sort of stumbled upon a ghost town under the rolling hills south of Talorn. Turtle looks down at you all and says,
Well, welcome to my family's little hideout. This is where we make our boats. And where we're keeping your diamonds.
and he looks over at Leo, kind of miffed.
Let's go get that stuff and get out of here. Now, there, Jaina. I know you've never been here, and I know you just recently met these people, but please be chill about it. I don't want to have to kill you.
I don't want to be killed. Our interests align.
Excellent. Now, Leo, let's go get your diamonds. We are gonna have to go back down into that shipyard. I didn't move it much far from where you stored the diamonds, but I did put them in a more secure place.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you
Leo
wouldn't,
follows Turtle, behaving as best as he can because he feels a little bad about it.
He's kind of like instructing you on how to sail the ship that you're all in, and kind of making you do the hard work, going up and rolling up the sails and taking care of them.
Which is really hard with one arm.
Yeah. And as you're traveling down the waterway, you can see that river that you flowed up before, pouring upwards uphill back into the pool of water that you're in right now. It's more of like a small lake, really. And once you reach the other side of that cavern, you go down the other side as the water is heading downwards on this side of the track, as it will. Your ship begins to move into the center of this man-made stone channel that your ship kind of locks into and starts traveling along the current. Some time passes and you go downhill pretty steep after some time, and splash into this calm and much older looking area. The stonework is rougher, it seems to be more rotten and torn down. But as you enter into this new cavern, you can see an active shipyard where Turtle and people he knows have been building various ships for clients under the guise of, or under the ground and not visible to anyone around. And nobody's able to really get Turtle's building secrets, even though he does have a workshop in the city. Nobody knows where he makes his more intense craft that are more custom, things like warships, things that are built for people with a lot of money, all that kind of stuff. As he brings his little sloop to one of the docks, I actually have a map I can bring you all to. Let's do that now. How do I get my maps down? They changed it. Dun, 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 dun. Perfect. And then Jaina, you need your avatar in here. Once everybody has loaded in, do please let me know. So we are switching maps.
I'm here.
Awesome. That's how that works.
I don't think the
switch.
robot is with us right now, is he?
No, he's not.
No.
Nor is that octopus.
Oh yeah, there was a squid here last time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was here once upon a time.
Yes.
Yes. Literally the bestest hideout you could ever ask for.
That in character or person?
Both, technically.
Okay. Right on. Right on.
Yes. The best hideout one could ever ask for.
Oh, well, thank you. It is our family's pride and joy.
Very secure.
Understandably. Magnificent.
As
Okay,
Turtle
let's go.
as Turtle steps out of the boat and begins tying it to the dock, he looks over and there's some workmen over on the other side of the cavern. He waves to them. They're working on a client ship over here, and you can hear them hammering and sawing away as he.
So other people do get in here.
Oh, on occasion, there's only a few trusted people that I've worked with for literally decades, and they, some of them knew my parents, and yeah, so there are a few people who are allowed down here, but, not many.
Understandable. Kind of side-eyes to himself.
And these good folks, they sometimes just come here and live here while they work for some time, because we can't be coming and going all the time from this place, so they make their way here, and, yeah, we're very appreciative for what they do for us. They definitely make sure the turtle family is functioning well. Let's go get your diamonds.
Sure, Leo follows after.
As this large tabaxi man, gray with these rippling muscles under his fur, with his crossbows at his side, begins walking through the workshop. As he's passing by all of this stuff, he does look small in this large cavernous area. People usually don't make structures this expansive in the current era. It's rather difficult and labor intensive. He gets himself into a tower, sort of overlooks the workshop area with sleeping accommodations, a kitchen, essentially a worker's break room. As he makes his way in, and I don't know why I can't pass through that wall anymore. There used to be a door or something, but just pretend you can go inside, I guess. Bring the camera in there so it at least can see. Oh, it won't go in there too because it's also a character technically. Duh. Never mind. Anyway, he disappears into there and rummages around. You can hear him moving furniture and planks and things, and after some time, he comes out with his with a little satchel. Leo, you recognize it as the bag of diamonds, and he holds it out to you.
Now don't go tossing
Leo
this.
takes it.
Now don't go tossing this into someone's building materials. They might get chewed up or burnt or cut, or you never know. Your money should be kept a little safer.
He's just kind of like sneering in a teasing way at you as he does this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Leo is apologetic, so he's trying to avoid saying something stupid.
For sure.
Like, well, we already worked it out. You'll be giving me some of that good old sweet cash once it's in gold. Um, we'll
Yes,
talk about it.
for first part of that one moment I have to look through. Leo hands him 500 gold. Just reaches into a pouch and pulls out 500 and hands him a sack of 500 gold.
Well, I appreciate that. That was very prudent of you.
First of many payments. Consider this one a down payment.
Of course, of course. No worries.
Jaina, I
Oh.
think, looks at that interaction and is like, wait, how much money are we talking about?
He holds up another bag that is obviously too big. This is still not a drop in the bucket compared to the money I gave Avalid. I still have a shit. If he holds up the very large sack of diamonds, if this gets turned into holds up a single gold coin, a bunch of these,
I know how money works.
I won't be able to carry it around this easily.
It would be enough to fund a small army.
Yes,
Holy
a small
shit.
army. In all honesty, I could probably buy a small parcel of land with all the money I get.
DM will interject and state that you could buy a city if you wanted. You have about 5 million gold pieces, minus your fees for fencing the gold. So maybe something closer to 3, but between 3 and 5 million.
A small parcel of land is
Wow.
a city.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, another reason why I want to take down the Diamond Cross, they're worth a lot. If this is just one of their stashes, um, I can only imagine the amount of money they have buried in their fortress or wherever they make their residences. Yeah, because you are currently my compatriots, and all of my other former compatriots are currently missing, or disappeared, or probably dead. You guys get a portion of this, and also the berries. They also get a portion of this.
Turtle is not currently present and has gone to talk to his employees, by the way. Just so you know.
He probably has to pay his employees.
Yes.
He
With
has a
that
bunch of
500
money
gold
to
you
pay
just
them
gave
right
him.
now.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, well, might as well make payroll now.
That's. I mean, I could get as many spells as I want.
I mean, yeah,
And then some.
And then
and then some.
and then
If you want to,
probably
if you want to,
3 times over at the very least.
I mean, if you want, with the first payment, with the next payment that we get minus the house purchase, whatever you want to call it. That's why I'm not really worried about buying multiple properties, because we're gonna have a
It's
bunch of money at the end of this.
I see that now.
it's really the concern of managing them that is the limiting factor. As there is
Yeah,
right now, the three of us and Crasted, and someone else who's difficult to describe.
uh, yeah. Another individual individual. We'll be how do I put it? Shucks, I'm not sure how to explain it properly. Because Karasta doesn't really need, and he does in air quotes, a lot of stuff. I mean, I still plan on paying him. Also, I am aware that I'm going to be holding on to a small portion of these, mostly for myself, both as emergency funds and also other things.
Of course.
I heard from a old priest that diamonds are a valuable commodity amongst clergy peoples. So holding on to some diamonds and
That they are.
will be handy. Leo is essentially trying to describe keeping a hold of diamonds for the sake of revivifies, and
Yeah.
also lesser and also greater restorations when we have that power.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
There is
And
there
so, Jaina, if there are any spell scrolls you wish to purchase, I mean, say the word, and I'll probably be able to get you the money for them.
I would very much appreciate that. I haven't exactly focused my research on combat, and it seems like I might be needing to do that a lot more now.
that would be
Leo gives a
wise.
thumbs up.
There is a plan for this wealth beyond holding on to it.
Well, of course, I'm only holding on to maybe 5% of this at best. Maybe 10% max. I'll say that much. As he like portions out like a portion of all this diamond and just like, here, this is what I'm holding on to. This is the emergency funds. And the emergency.
That's less what I was speaking of.
Oh, my bad.
Rather,
I'm
I thought
confused.
it might be wise to bring Jaina up to date on our long-term goals.
You've mentioned building an army.
Now you see how we intend to.
That is true, yeah. You could build several armies with that much money, I think.
We
Wow.
could.
If the cult is as big as Leo believes, that may be necessary.
They're bigger than I thought they ever could be. If Avled is, we'll politely call him a mid-sized, or a mid to big-sized criminal organization. These other people are more of a how do I put it? Bigger and scarier than I could have ever possibly imagined, to a scale that is impossible for me to actually measure, because they aren't a criminal organization that I am familiar with.
I mean, if they were able to hijack a well-known fishing ship just to lay a trap for us, I am going to believe that.
I mean, yeah, and even beyond that, it's even scarier.
Sure.
To Leo's knowledge, they are spanning at least 2 continents, possibly global. They have spoken some pretty serious bravado at him during their encounters, and they seem to be on the precipice of sort of unifying all culture and all lands under their umbrella, or there will be genocide. Well, it is genocide actually, even if people don't die. But that's kind of their gig. That's kind of what they're up to, and they're well funded.
Hmm. And they're specifically racist towards non-humans?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god.
And
There
the
was a,
reasoning for that
there
is
was a-
something for y'all to uncover, I guess.
There's no good reason for racism. Who
No,
cares
there
what the
isn't.
reason is?
I didn't say it was good.
TM.
I'm just saying their reason. But for
They
real.
have a reason.
Agreed.
Doesn't mean it's a good one.
Yeah. No,
there
for
was
real.
there was this a guy. I think pretty sure you saw him with me before we came down to Hidden Turtle's house. There was a dude. He had literally, apparently, from the general features that he kind of presented, was either elven or half elven. Again, it's kind of hard to tell. And he had literally chopped his own ears off to present himself as more human.
Yes.
That's how racist these people are. And
He
he was
who
serving
casted the
these
fireball.
people, so he was he blasted us with a big ass ball of fire.
Oh.
And also insects. There were insects.
Oh.
He was a pretty powerful mage, in all honesty. Like, it was actually kind of impressive if it wasn't so terrifying.
Which is part of why we can't really engage the cult directly yet.
Because of this one person and not the
No,
army?
more the fact that we, even with these veils, tracking their agents is difficult and dangerous. It's easier to
I see.
strike at their funding. The Diamond
Yeah,
Cross.
and the Diamond Cross is only one of their fundings, as I understand it.
But it's one that we can attack, take what they have, and make it ours. If just one shipment is enough to buy a city, you can imagine if we harassed their ships, if we took their strongholds, we'd have enough to fund an ongoing campaign.
Other than funding these guys, what has the Diamond Cross done, though? Like, couldn't we, I don't know, convince them to stop?
Well, they are pirates.
Oh,
So, I mean,
okay.
Sweet summer child.
they
They're slavers.
They're
They're
their
slavers?
crimes are
Yeah.
Oh. That's
Sorry, I
an
didn't mean to
obvious
interject,
statement.
I didn't mean to interject. I'm sorry.
Yeah, their crimes are numerous and not without weight. So, I mean, having a discussion with them would essentially turn into a pointless battle of ignorance versus, something else entirely. And I mean, I don't consider these people to be humans anymore because of what they've done. Personal opinion, of course.
See,
It doesn't matter entirely, just they are a rot. Be destroyed.
Yeah.
Jaina, you wouldn't have had any interactions with the Diamond Cross due to your rather reclusive and nose in the books lifestyle.
yeah.
They are known, however, throughout the entire Nandaral Channel area for being ruthless loan sharks and people who trick people into contracts, all with the aim of gaining their bodily lives and labor for any project or thing they see fit to have some cannon fodder for. Their primary interest is to obtain as much money as possible, preferably in the form of diamonds. And if they smell diamonds on anyone, and I don't mean literally, I just mean if they know that there's diamonds, they will get them, and they'll make sure that they have them, and you do not, no matter the cost. That is where their name comes from, and they are notorious pirates on the Nandrel Channel, yes, but they also are based in and basically control an island in the south of the channel. It's one of the continents of the world, and it's a small continent, but it is a continent that they essentially control. The Diamond Cross is a large organization. And most don't sail south simply because of their existence. I'd remember the island's name. Its name is Bozzy. They basically run and own Bozzy.
Anyway, these are not good people, and essentially, in the long run, they deserve death. So, we're going to kick them out and send them packing back home. And then eventually, once the time comes, steal all their wealth.
They are
And a fortress
effective.
or
At least that's my judgment.
Yeah. Samira, what were you saying?
Samira added, and a fortress or two.
Yes.
Yeah, that too.
It's
Well,
it's a lot to take in.
and here I was just trying to get you guys to help me delve into a dungeon.
If it's
This seems to be
any
this is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
if it's any consolation at all, I don't think it's what either of us initially planned to be doing, but it's connected to your research as well, or seems to be.
Yeah, we have interest in these ancient underground facilities.
I've seen enough to know that these people are as much of a threat as you say they are. So if it's gonna help me, not get killed by them, then I am more than happy to help you in your endeavors.
We do hope to keep you alive.
That is my primary objective.
We will try our best.
seemed right that you have the whole scope of things, at least as we understand it, before we get too deep into it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Doesn't change my role in this, though, I don't think. I mean, it seems like had I continued the research I was doing without meeting you guys, I probably would have met a rather grisly fate. um, so I'm grateful to have the information.
Yes, and for what it's worth to you, our support as well.
Appreciate it. So, what do you guys usually do here while you wait for Turtle?
Well,
Nothing.
last time we were here, I curled up by the fire over there to sleep. That was comfortable.
So we're
At the
just gonna
time, I was
wait here?
yeah. I mean, at the
Yeah.
time, we had just finished running for our lives and escaping the pursuit of cranky ass mage. So I mean, you know,
Fair enough.
honestly, just chilling out here until Turtle is either done and says we can go, or
So this
really, that's
cavern is
all.
like really big, right?
Yeah, it's large enough to fit large sailing ships. The ceiling is exceptionally tall.
Would they did I get the sense that they would hate me if I just sort of sent my albatross up to check it out, I guess?
Not necessarily,
Just to look
because
around.
you've already been invited into the place and you know of it. So it's kind of like Mikasa Sukasa, but don't fuck shit up.
Yeah. I think I'll just like sit by the fire and zoop my consciousness into Oberon and just like fly around looking at stuff just out of curiosity.
Okay. Yeah, as you do so, and you chill by the fire of the furnace that is roaring and clearly had some metal work being done recently. It's providing you a good warmth against the chilly, wet dampness of the cavern. You fly overhead and you see a series of small, some small rowboats that have been made. Perhaps they're used as just general transport around the cavern. Who knows? There's a passageway to the left that leads up, perhaps to the surface somewhere. There's piles and piles and piles of wood that is used to construct ships. There's some rather advanced cranes and gantries that surround a dry dock that boats are often crafted in. And the supplies to build sails and other things are piled in the corner while the workmen and Turtle are over standing on this galleon and making sure that things are going well as he inspects his employees' work. The water kind of glows with a luminescent, perhaps sea life in there that sort of gives it an eerie effect as you're flying overhead. It is deep enough for large sailing ships, and as you fly over to the cavern of the cavern entrance, the water is sort of swirling around there. As you can see, on your right hand side, if you were leaving the area you were in, the water begins flowing outward on its own like a rushing river, while the other half of the water is flowing towards you. More calm at this point, and that's the side that you came down. There seems to be some sort of force that keeps this water flowing outward and upward into the rest of the cavern. With your albatross, Oberon, do you continue flying upward?
Not upward. I kind of want to. So Albatross can dive, and I want to see if Oberon can like get one of the things that's glowing, and just
Okay.
see if I can get a creature.
Awesome. I want you to roll for that. Let's see.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do survival.
Survival. Okay. I'll just use mine for now, I guess.
Yeah, we'll sort you out soon enough.
Okay.
For simplicity's sake. Nice. Your albatross dives into the water, wings back expertly, and you feel the rush of the water over your own face as you're viewing through their perspective, and it's sort of freeing as the fuzzy bubbles kind of curl around you, and immediately you see a bunch of grubs that are glowing as they squirm about, feeding on moss and algae that are sort of packed up around the rocks and stone that are around the cavern walls. You manage to grab a couple of the glowworms, and as you fly back out, they're sort of shining in your eyes and wriggling about. Do you continue to fly, or do you go and perch somewhere?
Oberon's gonna take them back to me, and I'm just gonna like find a flat surface and just sort of like do a little bit of investigation in them. Like, is there a sack that's glowing, or
Yes,
is it just
so-
the whole thing? Like, it's a grub.
So it's a lot like an earthworm, but like it has a small mouth on its bottom, like towards the front, and it has rings around it. A few of them. The number of rings differs between each worm, but they all have like a teal, sort of shiny, dull pastel glow to them. And that's where it comes from.
Gotcha. And its mouth is on the bottom? That's interesting.
Like, you know how a worm has ends, and then like the one end, and then imagine it not being on the very end of it, but slightly downward, is what I mean.
Okay, gotcha.
Like a lamprey eel, or whatever they're called. Or a leech. Think of a leech.
Gotcha. Thank
What
you
about
for
a
humoring
dragon
me.
eel?
Absolutely. A what?
A dragon eel.
What's that?
It's an eel with like super sharp teeth, and it hunts and kills things with like multiple rows of teeth, and it's like
Hell yeah. Good for that eel.
by it tears off a finger.
Nice. I don't want to meet one, but that's dope. What do you do with your grubs, your bugs, your worms? Do you squish them? Do you just watch them wriggle around? Do you eat them?
Do I have like a? I don't really have a bottle. That's something that I need to grab. Well, actually, maybe my inventory reset again because, of course, it did.
Yeah, I saw that. You might want to rummage around in the kitchen in the tower and see if you can find a bottle of something, a container.
Yeah, just something to.
So,
grab
for clarification,
something.
since
If I
you're
could make,
new,
like an investigation check.
yeah, for clarification, since you're new, glass doesn't exist. It hasn't been developed. Of course, it happens on occasion, but what there are ceramic pots. Those are really common for people's like kitchenware.
Yeah. A small container
jar.
of some sort that can hold a little bit of water and these worms.
Okay. Roll me investigation.
Cool.
Awesome.
23.
Yeah, you rummage around the kitchen and find some cabinets, and there's a whole row of little ceramic jars that could be used for cups or soup or whatever you want to put on them. There's a stack of lids to the side. They seem clean, at least clean enough.
Can I just leave a couple of silver pieces and take one?
Of course. Beef. Anytime Turtle brings y'all down here, some sketchy
Hey.
shit happens.
I'm leaving money for it.
I
Like
know.
more than I would pay for a jar in town.
You're paying. It's all good. Alright, so you got your jar, and I'm guessing you go over to the water and grab some. Do you try and get some moss and algae and kelp as well?
Yeah, just to keep it all alive.
Cool. GG, don't scratch me with your fucking claw. Bro, how you with that? Sorry, my cat has a habit of scratching me when I'm sitting at the chair. Nowhere else. It's just here at this chair. Anyway, you have your jar with your worms. Are you now satisfied with your little package of grubs?
I am.
Excellent. After some time, Turtle comes over and walks over to y'all, seeming satisfied with the progress on the ship that's happening over there. The glow of the furnace is lighting him up as he walks towards you all.
Well, you all ready to go?
Only about a half hour has passed.
Yeah, sure.
I think Samira spent the half hour sitting by the fire, mumbling little prayers to herself, so
Excellent.
stands up and is ready to go.
Sorry that took so long. I didn't think we'd get into chatting about stuff, but they wanted some advice on what to do with this particular build, and, I had to give it to him. And, satisfy some payroll as well. Thank you, Leo.
Yeah, no problem.
Out of curiosity, how much does a larger ship tend to cost?
Oh, one like the one we sailed in, it could be anywhere from 100,000 gold on the cheap end up to a few 100,000. Something like that big one over there, like a proper galleon, or if you just want a large two sail, something like that. Those could be into the millions even. It all depends. Now, a big cheap one, if that's what you want, we can make that happen for like a few 100,000, but it's not gonna be tough or fancy or very battle worthy, but it'll float.
What about something fast, but with teeth?
Not cheap, not cheap at all. Um, how big?
Big enough to take down a pirate ship?
Those diamond crossgatos, they put freaking metal on the bow of their ships. They just crash right through people. Those things are monsters.
Yeah, that's sort of the kind of ship I was thinking of taking down.
Honestly, it might be just cheaper to steal one from them, and then I could retrofit it for you if you don't have that kind of dough. My clients tend to be, like organization ownership in countries and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah. This is hypothetical at the moment. Just, I appreciate you humoring me.
I mean, I know how much gold you're holding, but I'm like, that's about how much it would cost for me to build you something that's not real spicy. Well, maybe not the whole stash, but a good chunk of it.
Right.
Not that I
It's
sat there counting all of your gold, I just kind of looked inside and gathered. I'm not weird like that.
I don't think you'd be entirely out of your rights given how you discovered it.
Yeah,
But no, I'm just thinking about the future. It may be useful to have a pirate hunter.
if that's the game you want to get in, it can be very fruitful depending on the cargo they carry. You're gonna have a lot of heat on you.
Hmm. How many would it take to crew a ship like that?
Oh, properly? At least a dozen.
Hmm.
Like, we build them lean as we can, but, you still gotta have, you gotta have crew. And people
Of
gotta
course.
sleep.
Plus, I'm sure you'd need some of those crew to be a fighting force if you're hunting other ships.
But yeah, you'd at least want another dozen or more if they're gonna be boarding the ships and stuff.
Something to think about for the future.
Well, our business is always happy to get money with people we like. Most of our
Yes,
clients
well,
don't know where we make them, so I count you lot as a special group.
I think if we find ourselves in the position that we're looking for a ship, you will be the first person that we talk to.
No worries if not, but we will make the ship better.
I don't doubt that that's true.
Well, you always know where to find me if you'd like to talk about the ship commission, or if you do steal something, don't just come rolling up here and knock on the freaking cliff and go, "Let me in, let me in." That would not be very cool of you at all. Uh, I don't know you if you do that, but if you do find something and you stash it somewhere good, we can figure something out.
Of course. Much to consider. Thank you for indulging my curiosity.
Of course. Well, with that said,
Oh,
oh, go ahead.
Jaina will kind of hold up the jar. I left some silver. I should probably tell you I'm taking this, by the way, and she'll just open it and show some of the glowworms.
He scratches the back of his head.
Hey, whatever you're into, I mean, I'd prefer you ask, but whatever. It's fine.
Well,
I-
this is me, telling you I'm doing it.
Alright. I appreciate the silver. Well, would you crazy kids like to hit the ocean, as it were?
I think we're ready to go.
It might be dark by the time we get back, but if we do, it might be good for us, actually. Though I would recommend maybe using those fancy veils of yours that you got. That said,
We'll
let's head on out. Sorry, say again?
we'll keep them on.
Right,
He begins untying the ship from the dock and gets it ready to sail and starts floating it towards the entrance to the cavern Once it captures the right hand upstream and begins pulling it along, it gets faster and faster and faster, and the wind is blowing through your hair as you're rocketed up this relatively steep cavern river of sorts. And as it slows down near the top, you splash down into the large port town, as it were, in his ancestral hideout, essentially. And you make your way across relatively calm waters to the other side, where the walkways kind of end, and there is just cliff face there. And once again, you begin passing through them on your way out to the ocean. If you were paying attention while you were going through there, you'd notice that the town is abandoned. No one's in those buildings, and there's no lights inside them. It seems like all the activity is down in the shipyard, and this area is at far less capacity than it could be if needed. A refuge of sorts, perhaps. As you pass through the 5 walls of cliff and end up back out into the ocean, Turtle is looking all around the ship to make sure that no one saw you exit. It's always a risk anytime he passes through, because he himself cannot see through the wall as you exit. So you never know who's out on the other side. If y'all would like to do a perception check, feel free to do so.
I can also send Albatross.
That is also fine.
Bad roll.
Anybody else?
Yeah, give me just a sec.
Seems better. The albatross is obscured by the foggy weather that's outside. Samira and Leo, however, have been here before, and they're pretty familiar with it already. As they're looking around, and they attempt to see anything suspicious. Unfortunately, or I should say fortunately, you don't see anything suspicious. No cultists, no weirdos lurking, no Diamond Cross, nothing like that. As you exit the cavern safely and swiftly and head back up the ocean to the port of Talorn. This journey will take you another 2 hours or so, and by the time you get back, you're going to be in town under nightfall, and you will have diamonds that are worth a lot of money, and they are dirty money. You might want to get them to Avlet immediately, but you do whatever you want to do.
Have we decided whether or not I've met Avled?
Oh, I thought we did talk about it. He, you know of Avlid, and you've seen him, but you haven't necessarily talked to him specifically, other than maybe a small commission in searching for something through one of his people.
So you would say I'm familiar with him, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you know of him, and you live near where he's at.
I'd like to cast a sending spell to him, saying, Leo and Samira and Jaina on the way with important business. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's fine. 25 is a lot more than I think.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. How do you send that to him? Like, what does it look like? Can you flavor that?
Yeah, essentially, like taking out one of the random scraps of parchment that I have in my a bag, because this is like using it for a spell, and writing the message on it, do some sort of weird thing, and then it starts glowing and like burns to a crisp, and the message is transmitted.
Okay. Some minutes pass, and as you're sailing along, um, a fire breaks out on the floor next to you. It seems like there might be a spontaneous combustion of the deck of the ship, but after a moment, a piece of parchment appears and unburns itself onto the ground in front of you, and there's handwriting there. You don't recognize it, but it's potentially Avled's, and it says, "Come
I'll
by." What were you
Okay.
saying?
Nothing of import.
Okay. And the message on it says, "Great, come on by," with a thumbs up drawn
Cool.
on it.
Whoa. Sending uses emoji? That's crazy.
He's using emojis.
Cool. I'll relay that he knows we're coming, and let's go, I guess.
Yeah, as that happens, and Turtle picks up on that, he will say,
Now, I know Avled and I understand that we work together, but I would rather not take you directly to his place. I could drop you off somewhere else, but um, it's just policy of mine not to go directly to him or any of the bosses, as it were. Um, just for safety of myself and them.
Okay. Yeah, we
They
can
can,
drop off wherever.
Yeah, we can just go to my workshop and you can walk from there. It's in the south, kind of near the docks, the industrial area, or I could take you to the cafe, since we come and go from there pretty often. Or just some other random place if you prefer that.
The southern end is near my house, I believe. So
yep.
Anywhere is fine with me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just take you to my workshop, it's fine. Um, just don't make any ruckus when you get out of there and just kind of walk chill through the city, I guess. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm paranoid because I just learned about all these invisible people and I was already paranoid. But, you know, I'm glad to know.
Well, I mean, they already targeted you once. They probably won't do it again as long as you're careful. I mean,
Well, maybe I've been
I've been
thinking of
wearing
hiring more security.
this thing on my head. It would definitely not be a bad idea to hire more security. The biggest issue is their invisibility, which is the biggest problem with all of them.
That's what I mean. It's got me on edge. How did you get those veils?
Um,
It's a very long story.
Coincidence?
Hmm. Well, maybe Lady Luck will shine her fine lights upon me.
We can only hope. By the way, how much is one of the diamonds worth? Just one diamond?
5,000 GP.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Quite a bit.
Hmm.
Um, So the rest of the sailing goes smoothly, and you end up in the port of Talorn. He rolls up to the industrial area where there's lots of shipping and receiving of large cargo ships coming and going. To the very south end, there's a smaller dock that doesn't have as much activity, and there is basically a warehouse that goes up and over the water. Turtle brings the ship up to it, gets out, and goes inside the building and begins opening up a large door that swings wide open and is large enough for a ship to come inside. It's just a covered storage dock, essentially, with some basic maintenance tools. As he brings the ship inside, it's larger than the ship that you were sitting in, but not able to carry like a big one. And he ties it up and leads you all outside and just kind of opens the door and waves at you all and smiles with his toothy, fangy grin of a tabaxi as you all leave.
Now have yourselves a good day.
Certainly try. We make our way expediently over to Avlets.
For sure. It is under cover of darkness, and you do have to cross one of the waterways throughout the city, the river streets, as you will.
I cast Pass Without Trace.
Alright, cast that shit.
Yeah, like right after we leave Avlid, I cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay. You mean leaving on the way to?
Yeah, on the way we're leaving.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I want y'all to roll stealth checks then. Whole team.
Will do.
And
Oh,
plus
God.
10.
And add plus 10, yes.
I have a -2 stealth. 19.
Very helpful. Samir, how about you?
Yeah, 1 second.
No rush. Sorry.
That's pretty
Hot
good.
damn. That's crazy
Very-
stealth for fucking paladin. What the? Okay.
Oh, wait. Did you add plus 10? That makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah. I put it
okay.
on the. That's with the plus 10.
Got it. I was like, what the hell?
Okay.
But an 18 before the plus 10 is also exceptional for.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No,
It's
100%.
good.
Yeah.
Got a 9 without chase.
Okay, you got carried. Um, as you make your way through the city, no one spots you, and you all are kind of there's major anxiety as you're making your way from that building over through the streets. Some are mucky and mud, and random window shutters opening and stuff in the night. People coughing kind of sets you off as you're making your way through. Um, you're with your veils and you're looking up into the rooftops to see if there's a cultist lurking about. You manage to make your way stealthily all the way over to Avlid's compound. You're at the front door, where 2 of his white-gloved guards are standing there with their spears, kind of looking out stoically into the street, as it is run down around it, and the wooden walls tower over you as you walk up to them. And the gates are currently closed.
Avlet is expecting us, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But these guards don't necessarily know you.
Jaina will just walk up to the guards and say, "We're expected."
They look down at you. Avlid said there would be 3 coming. Right this way, please. And he
As we three step out of the shadows.
ah,
Yeah,
that
three
makes more
people appear in front of these guards.
Yeah, just appear in front of them.
he rubs his
Much more
eyes,
natural than, like invisibility does, of course.
just stepping out, casually from the shadows.
Yeah.
He rubs his eyes. I must be getting tired. Welcome on in. It's nice to see you three here. And he signals up above to someone to open the gate from behind the other side. And as they do, and it creaks open, you can see the turning of you can hear the turning of a mechanism as it clunks against the wood in a rhythmic pattern. And the gate slowly creaks open. It seems rather fortified for what it's made of, anyway. And you make your way in, and you see the large, expansive buildings with multiple rooms and multiple floors. Various people talking by candlelight and chattering going on. A lot of young voices. You're all familiar with the orphanage situation, but I do sometimes describe things for people who watch the show, who might be their first time watching it. So, there's various houses standing all around, and you can hear the activities of children being fed and talking and cooking and playing games and stuff. As the guard walks you through the compound, you get towards the rear of it, which is closer to the center of town, where that big water plaza is, essentially. And a lone longhouse kind of sits low among all these large buildings in the center of Avlad's compound. A large fire burns in front of it, and the guard leads you up to it. This is where Avlad resides most of the time, when he's receiving company and stuff like that. You step inside, and they request that you take off your shoes as you're entering, and even though it has a gravel floor, it's very traditional longhouse, with the fire roaring in the middle and heating up and lighting up the place. As you walk by the fire, Avlad is sitting upon his large throne. He is a bearded hobgoblin with a crimson red skin, rings covering his fingers, with a nice fur coat all around him. He's just kind of relaxed, sitting back in his chair. He looks to be middle-aged and has a welcoming presence with a kind smile to his face. Welcome, welcome. It is good to see you three. Though I don't know you, I imagine you know the other two.
Yes, this is a new compatriot of ours currently.
My name is Jaina. We've worked together a couple of times from a distance.
I see. I think I remember your name. Or is it you who I was writing with?
Yes.
That was a neat trick of yours. And the parchment came out of nowhere, and I wrote on it, and I assume it got back to you. It burned up in a ball, and what a fantastic thing.
Thank you.
So, there's business to be done. I like business.
Jaina will defer to the other two because it's more their business than mine.
Yes. So I've already separated out a small portion for, ourselves. And Leo passes over 1,082 diamonds.
He weighs it in his hand and looks in the bag. Excellent. We will begin the process soon for fencing. My question, however, to you is, the diamonds you are keeping might be troublesome diamonds to sell, but you do have a lot less of them. Are you sure you want to keep those?
I mean, well, keeping them is certainly troublesome. I would.
We it might be wise to
I would-
hand those over to Avlid, and then we could later purchase some less tested diamonds.
If you want diamonds,
Could
that's
you
fine.
launder them? It's
Well,
mostly a security thing. That's really all it is.
laundering is what we're doing for all of this. I
Well,
promise you, gold is a lot easier to spend than diamonds.
Yes, it's... How do I
I think
put this properly? I would like to have some diamonds available on hand for when convenient. Because they might come in handy during emergencies.
This is true. I
don't-
recommend you buy other diamonds with gold. Because these diamonds, as far as I understand, the diamond cross can track and smell and sense every single diamond that they have ever held. So while they look like ordinary diamonds, and maybe even to magically sensitive people, they might be able to detect that there might be something there or not. But the Diamond Cross absolutely knows what diamonds are theirs.
Leo
think
hands
Avlid
over the
has
last
them.
15 diamonds.
I'm sorry to disappoint with the news,
Here
but
you go.
it will be safer this way, and I'm sure you can find some untainted diamonds. Maybe not immediately, but soon enough.
Would be nice.
We'll be able to afford some less dangerous diamonds, and we don't really have much use for them at the moment anyway.
True. I am now deleting the diamonds from my loot.
Nope. As you do that,
Now they are gone.
it was 182 plus 15.
Yeah, the total is 1,097 because I already sold him 3.
Yeah,
And he still
I
hasn't given
remember.
us a full payment for those 3.
He's about to. Impatient. Okay. Sorry, I need to make a note. Well, with our business concluded, let me hand you over a small stipend for the first 3, plus another for the 4th that you have delivered. And he snaps his fingers, and one of his white gloves comes out of the shadows behind him and hands over a small chest to Avlid, and he holds it in his lap. Here I have 15,000 gold pieces. Before I hand that over, is there anything else you would like to discuss, business-wise or otherwise? I know you met with my realtor in the area about seeing a couple properties. I don't know if you wanted to purchase that now, or if you would like to speak to him another time once you've made up your mind.
We could take care of the purchase now through you, and you can deliver it to him, and etc. We can get out of our current living situations here and, move into the proper place that we're going to be staying for a while.
He nods. Yes, that sounds like a good plan. While we were cleaning out the places, because of course we have to go through them and take inventory and all this stuff, there was a room that the realtor mentioned to me that was of interest to you. Had lots of research and things from around the area, perhaps something to do with this cult that's been troubling so many. We have looked at our own notes to see what we have researched, and there are a few places that do seem interesting and might be worth bringing up. So, You can talk to the realtor about that if you would like, but effectively, we have compared notes and we've taken the liberty to receive all that information, but I'm passing this on for you as a courtesy.
Much appreciated.
Great. Very much so.
The remains in one of the properties were given appropriate rights.
Oh, yes,
hope.
definitely. We don't we don't normally show our customers assets when they are looking like that. But it was sort of a short notice thing, and both of us are rather intertwined business-wise already, as he kind of weighs the diamonds in his hands. And being the type of people you are, I figured you could deal with such a thing. But yes, proper rights have been given, even to the strange plants that we found. Creatures, I'm not sure.
It's good to hear.
With that said, would you like the chest now, or would you like to purchase one of the properties, or more, or however many?
I
I
mean,
think we
we'll
discussed
put.
purchasing the first one, the one that had the remains. Was there another one we were interested in, Leo?
In Duskford.
There were a couple. There were a few that we were interested in specifically. Let me see.
I think we
Where
had,
the
I believe we'd narrowed it down to two. The first being one where we could actually stay for now, um, as a group, and another that we thought might serve as a first point of expansion when we begin to hire on others.
Yeah, it was the main ones that we were looking for was house number 1, which is fancy house murder scene. House 2 is a warehouse one, so that one's like at the bottom of the priority list. Um, House 3 wasn't really on the list, but it was on it mostly because of the convenience of the large space for housing multiple people. House 4 was completely ignored because it needs to be broken down and destroyed because of the Fey fuckery upstairs. The last one, which was definitely high on the priority list, was the small blacksmith house with a basement. So it was basically there was house 1 and 5 were the ones that we were aiming for.
Yes, that sounds right to me.
Yep, and House 1 is 3,600, and House 5 is 2,600. Gold pieces.
Mhm.
That would be 62. Like
That should
6,200.
be,
Sorry.
yes. That should be manageable for now.
Yeah, we'll be buying the first one for now, and then we'll purchase the second one later.
I think we were looking at getting both of those now, and we'll keep an eye on the market for another space to house, serve as a barracks, but we
Yeah,
don't have
Yeah,
this.
that
anyone
was
to
house number
put in
3,
put in
but
our barrack.
we don't need that right now.
Exactly. So the first two, we have one that we can actually stay in, and one that could be useful as a storage place, and perhaps storefront if we take up something else to help
Yeah.
bring in money.
Yeah. So 1 and 5 are definitely the ones we want to get right now.
Okay. That's about a third of what
If we don't
Avlad's
have,
currently holding. So, like, you have the money. He's just, like, wondering if he can keep some before handing you the chest to make the transaction simpler.
yeah, we have plenty of money to survive on right now.
You'll end up with
I
about
think that
8,800 or 88. Yeah, 8,800.
I think that
By the
that
end,
makes
after everything is sold.
No. I'm talking
after
about right
this
now.
particular transaction.
Oh,
What is
yeah,
available to you
after
right now is about 15,000, and he's holding it to hand to you. Of course, you're going to be receiving millions of dollars, but this is all in installments. Remember?
yes.
So I think what we've settled on is we're taking both
puzzle.
places. Then we get about 8,000 and some after purchasing both locations.
Yep.
And that's plenty to work with for the time being until more payments come in from the diamond.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see what you're saying now.
yeah, so to refresh your memory, Avlad said that this fencing process will take about 6 to 9 months to complete. Because he can't just move all these diamonds immediately. These are very hot diamonds, and
Well, yeah.
shit has to happen for his business to function and stuff. So you'll get all your money minus his fee, but like it won't be immediate.
Right now, we'll get little under 10,000, which is plenty.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
on like a weekly basis, you can go to one of his organization's locations and deposit money, because he's basically creating a little bank account for you that he's going to be depositing ledgers in, and that ledger gets traveled from Talorn out to the various places that they have, and that gets updated whenever it arrives. So you could travel pretty far away, find a starving orphanage, and go and grab a bunch of money on your travels, so you don't have to walk around with millions and millions and millions of dollars of gold.
Yeah.
I think with a couple of places and 8,000 to get us started, we can look into hiring on some other hands. Maybe we can find some other business to get involved in. It would be helpful to have something to excuse where our monies come from. Adventurers, of course, find rare and valuable things, but it wouldn't be a terrible idea to confuse our pursuers.
Of course not. So yeah, we will buy the smithy and use it as a storefront for laundering our funds. Got it.
I was going to suggest the very
It would
thing
also
myself, as someone who does that for a living.
Since we're planning to hire on others, it would also be useful to have the resources on hand to arm them.
Speaking of armaments, I got a few things from some cultists recently as Leo pulls out a pair of super nice spears and a pair of super nice long swords. and also another pair of rings of invisibility.
What would
They're
you like me to do with
scimitars
these?
too, but they aren't super fancy. Well, I mean, I figured I don't think either of you and Samira, do you have one of these? He holds up a ring. The rings.
I I don't, but I don't particularly need one.
Do you want one?
No,
It's
I'm
cursed.
not. I'm not sure how much to trust the cult's artifacts, but I'm sure Avlid could find some use for them.
Sure. Do you want these fancy super magical spears and swords?
I think if you're about to hire people, you should probably keep these things and arm them.
This stuff is super fancy, though. That's
You
a
don't have many
problem.
people, and we do.
We'll
Yeah, I'll hold on to it for now.
hold on to the weapons, but do you have one of these rings to study, Avlid?
I don't. I just have my nice spider.
I think we
I'll
should give over one of the
I'll
rings.
toss him a ring. Yeah, I'll just toss him a ring. Just ping.
He
Like
catches
flicking a
it.
coin at him.
He looks at his other
Even if-
rings on his hands. There's at least a dozen between his two hands. I do like rings.
Even if you can't find use for it yourself, perhaps you have someone studied in these things who could take a look at it. May prove useful.
I appreciate it. I will certainly pass it on to those more knowledgeable than me.
Cool. Yeah, I will. You can keep that. I will now delete one ring of invisibility from my inventory.
Yeah.
The rest we can stow at the um, blacksmith property until we have need of it.
Yeah, it's got a basement. I'm pretty sure I can store some stuff down there. That'd be handy. We also got to move the cart to the new house, but we can only do that after the sale is finalized.
How
Well,
long
we
will
can.
that
anyways.
take, Applet?
Sorry, what was that?
Samira was just asking how long will that take to finalize the sale?
Oh, it's not very complicated. We can do it tonight. My realtor's here in the compound. He got the message from me that you might be coming through, so I had him wait around after hours, and he's in one of the kitchens, and you can meet up with him and do the deed. And I'll keep the money now and give you the remainder, and I'll just let him know.
I think that works for us.
Yeah, so we'll be able to move into our new residence tomorrow. Got it. Cool.
Or tonight, if you're so bold.
I mean, I won't deny now would be a convenient time, but it would also be kind of inconvenient, mostly because people are sleeping and we have to drag the cart all the way there, plus the camels.
It's very considerate of you. Even though you're not from Talorn, I appreciate you caring about the people here.
We can move ourselves in and bring the rest tomorrow.
Yeah, fair. We can do that. We can do that then. If it's not inconvenient for your realtor, we'll move ourselves in tonight at the very least.
I'm sure that'll be fine. He opens up the chest and begins pulling out rolls of gold coins that have been wrapped in parchment. As he begins setting them aside and making the transaction happen, Um, and his
So how much money do we have now?
so you now have 8,800 gold in that chest left over, and he has counted it out and then puts it down in front of his throne. He like holds it out if you want to walk over and pick it up.
You said 8,800? 8,800?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Are you just gonna be treasurer for now?
For now.
Okay.
We
It
now
might be-
have Leo currently has on hand 8,889 gold pieces.
Yeah, it might be worth
By the
even
way,
just.
I am super encumbered,
Yeah, I bet.
if that matters.
So the
Continue.
what I was
saying?
thinking was like maybe figuring out a way that we can track that gold that everyone can interact with it, and then have your like personal gold as well to make that easier. I might even make
There
like an
should be
entity or something. Yeah. I'll see how other people like to do it, but I was thinking of just creating like a little creature that just has like an inventory and everyone has ownership of it and you can just look at it that way.
There is the items section. I think if you create something there, or the journals.
Yeah.
As far as where to store the gold, because it is quite a lot of money to just be carrying around.
Mhm.
Did y'all only buy the smithy?
No, we bought both houses. We bought both of them.
houses. Okay. It might be a good idea to store like half of it in one and half of it in the other.
Money creature. Yes.
Yeah, we will. Leo is a smuggler. This is what he's good at. He will happily store things in various places,
Jaina
even
will
without
also,
people knowing.
Yeah, Jaina will also offer her space as space to store things if we're going to be working together. You know, I have a
Home.
base. May as well use it for something. Yeah.
Now we have we currently have access to 3 different properties.
Yeah.
If we really want to get specific, we have 5, but one is technically owned by the other person, and the other is, well, I mean, he's already taken care of all of our money anyways, so we can't ask him to keep hold of all of our money from here on out. These are criminals, after all. We can only trust them as far as we can throw them.
True.
If Jaina, if you want to, I don't know if we can buy spells here or like how it's all gonna work out. But
So the way
if you make
spells work, if you'll allow me,
go ahead.
is I'm not like it. I don't need to physically have the spell book, or I don't need to have the spell in physical copy all the time, as long as it is in my spell book. Copying a spell to my spell book only takes like a few minutes for me, but I need magic ink that is equal to like, I think it's like 50 gold per spell level.
How much money do you need specifically? Just to clear it out.
I don't need any money.
How much money do you want for all the spells you want?
More than we have. Which seems crazy.
So
but
I know that you
I'll
really
give you
want to
the
go on a
green
shopping
right
spree.
now.
But
Yeah.
I want to tell you right now that you're not going to just be able to throw money and own every spell out there that you ever want and look at
No,
all times.
I'm not thinking.
However, I will take your list into consideration, and I will look at how it's going to affect everything in general, and I will let you know how available those are. That's going to be homework for me.
Okay.
Because I do want you to be able to do that kind of thing, but not to the extent that it will be broken. Because I know we already had our
was not
discussion.
thinking that. Yeah.
We already had our discussion about how you're going to ask for the world, and I will figure out how much of that world I can give you. And we're just gonna have to go with that because that's your personality, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a no for now, but a yes when I have the chance to look through that and like actually think about it in all the way that it affects the story that you're currently in and the setting.
This is just a wish list. I was not expecting to actually get all of these spells right now.
I figured.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My
I know
bad.
Leo's just like being enabling. He's like, money you need? And I'm
Yeah,
like, hold up.
We now have a bunch of money.
I feel like
Here's money.
I'm the same way. I
We
just want
should,
to buy shit when I get money.
yeah.
We should
I
consider.
mean,
We should consider in and out of character how much of that money we want to spend on gear and things, and how much we want to spend on beginning to build our other resources that we may need.
Yeah.
I mean, if we need money, if we want to spend money on gear, we have way more. We can buy way more gear than what we have now. In fact, I need to get rid of some gear technically, but we're ignoring that subsection of stuff on my inventory for now. If we're going to hire help, and I mean like help to like maintain and upkeep the mansion, we can do that, and we'll still have plenty of money left over. If we want to hire people for like the mercenary crew, that's gonna have to wait a little bit because there's a process to hiring mercenaries, and we don't want to jump into that too quick. And
We're not looking at mercenaries as much as a militia, which is a little different.
yeah, we're looking to build a militia, which may start with a couple mercenaries. Is essentially where I'm going with it.
I
It's somebody
it
who
would
has at least some professional combat experience to train the new militia members.
it would make sense to hire perhaps someone to be a trainer, yes, but for the militia, we may be able to find people around the city and in the surrounding area who are who dislike the cult and the pirates. Give people an opportunity to fight back, and that'll be a better start than hiring mercenaries. Which
We
we
could
will,
try and buy
I'm
out
sure, have to
a
do
rival
eventually.
gang. I'm sure that won't have any bad consequences.
We
No
probably could.
At all.
I think what we want is to offer. We want is to put ourselves forward as a group that is willing to do something about a shared problem.
We should probably discuss this further in our new residence because we are currently discussing this in the presence of somebody who probably needs to go to bed soon. As he gestures towards Avalon.
He nods. Sagely.
Yes, well,
For now, we will take our leave, gather some things, and go to our new residence as long as that's ready by the time we get there.
Excellent.
I assume we'll
as they
probably
leave,
meet somebody there.
as they leave, Jaina will take a bow and thank Avlid one more time.
You're very welcome. It's nice to finally
for
meet you
his,
face to face, young Dragonborn.
You as well?
My white glove will show you to the realtor, and you can have your transaction and your homes.
Since I'm not really involved in the real estate right now, would would Leo just throw money at me for ink if I said that?
Yes, 100%. If you need spells to make yourself more combat effective, he'll just be like, "Here, money." Just
She would
money.
ask for 300, I believe. If that is okay.
Yeah, sure. If you want if you ask Leo for 300 gold right now, you will hand it over happily.
Okay. She'll like sort
He
of
has no
tentatively say,
qualms about it.
well, I could be better use in combat if I had a little bit of money for spellbook ink and
Hands over money. He
Oh,
doesn't
thank you.
even. There is no expression on his face. Just here, money.
And then while they do the transaction, Jaina would probably just like head out and look for a few spells. I did. There are 3 specifically that I think are like high priority. That I posted that I would like be specifically looking for, which is Glyph of Warding, Arcane Lock, and Mage Armor.
Okay.
But just generally looking for spells to put a copy into my book.
You're good. You're good. So are you taking your leave from the group as they go do their real estate shit?
Yeah.
To go shopping?
Yeah.
Or whatever you can find? Okay. I will get back to you then.
Yes, you can do that. Other stuff.
You had something else to say, though?
Oh, yeah, while I did that, I would just have Oberon flying, like, way overhead with the veil on.
Just kind of guarding you, essentially?
Just kind of, like, making sure I can see any threats coming.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm gonna assume you take off while they're all walking over to the other building.
Yeah.
Okay.
I let them know that I'm leaving. I'm not just like disappearing, but
Hey.
Yeah.
In the candy store. All right. So as they go and do that, and you take your leave, Jane, I don't want you to feel unincluded. So feel free to interject out of character if you feel that you want to. Yeah. Since your character is not present, I don't want you to feel like you can't say things. Okay.
I appreciate it.
For sure.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. So the white glove leads you out of the longhouse, and after Jaina says her goodbyes and heads on home or to shop or wherever with that money that Leo just handed her, they will lead you over to one of the large buildings that's one of the orphanages where the kids are gathered, and they walk you into this kind of small kitchen / dining area. There's a few different stoves and a few rows of tables that people come in and eat. Bunch of dishes all stacked up in a corner. It's after hours and stuff, and there is the ogre, or not the ogre, my bad. The orc man, who is sitting there with a pint in a jar, sipping at it, getting a little wasted in the kitchen there as he waits for you. The white glove leads you in and puts out his hand and says, I believe this is where I'll be leaving you for the night. It's been wonderful dealing with you, and I hope that you continue enjoying your business with the starving.
We look forward to it.
The realtor looks up at y'all. He's a bit wasted. Ah, you guys have made it. Excellent. So, you buying houses?
Yeah, you should have already received payment, or at least notification of payment.
I mean, I was just told. I just gotta grab the paperwork out of my bag, and we'll finish this up, and I can go home and sleep. How's y'all's day today?
Interesting.
That's good.
Indeed.
As he's pulling out the papers and setting them down, sorting out the ones that are for the other properties, and just kind of goes over these things. It's not a huge stack, but it's a few. And he lays out these things that basically they're contracts that describe your ownership. Hit Avlad's release of the ownership and the record of the transfer and all that blah 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 blah. And he's just kind of half drunkenly going into his realtor talk and just pointing at things for you to sign. Put the dotted line here and da 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 da. And then after some time, you finish up your little transaction. Didn't take a whole lot of time, but it seems overly formal for what any of you would expect. Samir being from the plains and Leo being from a small town in the hills. You're just like, this is weird.
One
Of
thing to ask.
course.
Whose name do we sign?
Yours, I thought.
That works for me. Just
Well, if you want,
Leo's not putting his name down on paperwork.
yeah.
if you want, you could put
No.
together a entity name, and you could have it owned by the entity, and whoever owns the entity owns the properties. Just like we have the starving, so like the starving owns stuff, and Avlad owns the starving. If that makes sense.
I think the simplest thing to do now is put it in Samira's name, and then we can no doubt transfer things if we need to later.
Yeah. We
Actually,
can
no.
make a list of assets in the future under the name of whatever thing we're going to be setting up.
Yeah, you're trying to build a whole thing, so you probably should come up with a name. Okay. Then, Samira, if you won't mind, just doing all the paperwork, and Leo, chill back. And would you like a pint? I got one right here if you like another.
Samira will begin signing things.
Some time passes, and he's just kind of sipping on his beer as that's going on. And then he seems satisfied after looking over the paperwork, hands you some copies of things, and then puts it in his bag, and then brings out a ring of keys and jumbles them around and figures out which one is to which, and then hands you keys to the buildings. Well, you're now a proud homeowner, and I hope that it does good. Sorry for my
Thank
drunkenness.
you very much.
It was my cousin's birthday today, and this was unexpected, but boss said I had to work, so I had to work.
We apologize for pulling you away from the festivities, but it's much appreciated.
Ah, don't worry, he's an ass anyway. I'll be back there soon.
Right, well, we'll let you get to it.
He kind of nods, stumbles as he's getting up out of the chair, grabs his satchel, grabs his little jar of beer, and begins walking out of the building. And you now have keys to the two different places.
Have to get fairs made.
About to get what?
Spares.
Oh, keys. Okay.
The
What?
keys.
Got it.
I've really heard bears.
Me too.
I was like, who are we? What are we making here?
Listen, if we could make bears,
That could be
I
your
mean,
army. Just bears.
a couple more levels, and I could probably summon some.
Where do they come from?
I don't know.
You're depleting bears elsewhere. You need to make bears.
I'll have a bear reserve.
take down the cult with an army of bears.
Exactly.
Let me check my bear account. I'm getting bear dividends. Pretty soon I'll have multiple.
Comes with 3 AVY.
Yeah.
3% AVY annual bear yield.
Sometimes when you only have a third of a bear, you won't be able to cast them very well. They might come out a little small.
Yeah.
Um,
How do I have 12 prepared? When did that happen?
all right. Now that you have all this gold with you and you have your keys and you begin heading out of the compound, where do you head, Leo and Samira? And can I just say congrats for getting rid of the diamonds? Like, huge weight off everybody's back a little bit. Like, good job, guys. I'm glad it's done.
Yeah, we removed the weight off our back and put it onto somebody else who can probably handle it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Now we'll just have, amounts of money a party 10 levels higher than us
Would drool
nonsense.
over, honestly.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, hey, having a friend who happens to know the criminal underworld is a handy thing to be, you know?
It is. I also will say, money doesn't always solve problems, so even though
In
it's
fact,
clean
it
money,
might even cause them.
yeah, even though you got
Does
clean
solve the
money,
problem of having a bunch of diamonds.
yes.
It is solving that problem. It will also solve the problem, potentially, of needing a lot more bodies to throw at this cult, beyond just the 3 of us. It has its uses.
Definitely. You can also go to the casino and gamble it all away if you want.
We could leave the casino with a small fortune.
A smaller one than you already had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you go? Samira and Leo?
Alright.
We should go to our new house.
We might as well move in.
We'll grab the stuff we'll use the stuff that we have on hand. We'll kind of set the place up so it's, ready to be, moved into tomorrow.
Okay.
Because tomorrow we have to bring over, the camels, the cart, the deer dog man thing, and our walking, talking robot that will be the security system. Because now that he has a residence he can stay in, Cresta can set up the chair, and then he can sit in it properly.
Yep. And have feelers, basically. into the city.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jaina, while they're doing that, and they're
Yes.
making their way to the fresh new house up in Duskford, to make things settled and comfy and stuff for the next day. You ask around as you're leaving the compound, and you go and find someone who knows someone who has a couple spells that you can purchase. And you do manage to make a purchase of all 3 that you asked for.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know how to put those into my character sheet, but we'll figure it out.
I'll do it. It's no problem. It's no problem.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like a weird shady back alley deal. Someone knows someone and points you down something, and it quickly becomes like midnight, and you're wandering around the city and trying to figure out where you can get these. There's no store open. There's nobody that deals in magic in Taloran like that. But you end up with this shady character, a small dwarven man that meets you in the industrial part of town. He's wearing a big coat around him, and he has this aura of someone that you really don't want to get to know, but he has shit that you want, and so you're there and you're about to copy some spells. He looks up at you, squints at you.
Are you my buyer?
I believe so.
Quick with the cash. Make it happen snappy, you see.
Okay. And she'll
Here you're
she'll
looking for
give him the
warding.
money.
Glyph of warding, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah. Glyph of warding.
Okay.
Mhm.
He pulls out a little book from his coat. Has the spell for you to copy over. That was 50 gold, right?
Glyph of warding is level 3, so that's 150.
150. So he pulls that out, and then he lets you copy it down while counting the money. Sitting there on a. Go ahead.
I will say, if this guy deals with the rare few wizards that exist in this world, Jaina copies these spells so much faster that it would be like he would be getting settled still, and she would be done.
Okay.
Because normally it takes an hour per spell level. It only takes me 2 minutes per spell level.
And what is the condition that causes that?
That is my Order of the Scribe ability.
Excellent.
Wizardly Quill.
Okay. Yeah, as you're writing this down and he's settling down to count the money, he looks up at you at how fast you've done this, and like you're rushing through this, and there's arcane energy flowing as you're making this happen, and he just kind of looks up at you with a bit of concern. Well, I got the 2 others you mentioned if you want that too. But
Yes, please. She'll hand him the rest of the money.
another 150. And he weighs it compared to the other, just kind of nods to himself. Quick learner, huh?
And then in another 6 minutes, she's completely done. Says, "Thank you so much. Can I get your name? I may want to buy some in the future, and I have a way of finding you if I just have your name."
You'll know my name when you need it, and you'll find me when you need me. So no, you may not have my name, little one.
Hey.
And he turns around and walks down the alley and disappears into the shadows, and you don't see where he went.
Oberon seeing anything, or is he like teleported gone?
He's gone. Oberon saw nothing.
Okay,
1 minute he was in the alley with you, the
great.
second he was literally just out of there.
Jaina will kind of slowly walk out of the alley and go back to her house and say, "That's weird."
As you're walking back to your house, you have that kind of nervous, like, hair standing up on the back of your neck kind of feeling the entire time as you're walking back home. So it was a very peculiar encounter that you were even able to find those spells and interact with that person, and how rapidly they just kind of vanished, especially with the advantage of your familiar.
Yeah. Interesting.
Without further ado, though, the others, Leo and Samira, you've made your way up to the house in the north of the city in Duskford. It's a nice part of town. Things are pretty chill. Is there anything in particular you'd like to do, or say before the end of the evening, or are you just settling in general? What's your thoughts?
I think just settling in.
Yeah, settling in.
Okay.
Mira and Leo aren't people who talk to each other very much.
No, I gather. I gather.
We talk to each other on like a reasonable basis, but it's like we're exhausted. That's enough for today. We don't need to talk right now.
Yeah, it's one of those days.
Yeah. Samira and Leo have that kind of understanding of each other, like they do their own thing, you know.
Yeah.
No words needed.
And with that, the end of the day comes around, and you all eventually settle into wherever you're going to sleep for the night. The house in Duskford doesn't have much of the stuff left from when you first visited it. It's been cleaned up. A lot of the furniture that was stained and messed up has been removed. There is like bed frames, but there's not mattresses, that kind of deal. All of that navigational data and stuff has been confiscated, as well as any other valuables that have been taken. As Avila did mention, though, he did leave some information for you from ones that seemed interesting between what Jaina had discovered and what y'all noticed, and what they noticed as interesting places that you might want to visit surrounding the Port of Talorn. You may all long rest, and we can start a new day. I'm happy to continue. We're well before our cutoff time. We can end the session now if you would like, or we can hop into the next day.
Whatever happens when Jaina gets home, I think I want to try and set up some sort of like big pot of water to like cultivate these glowworms that I got.
All right. Let's have a little glowworm session. All right.
Yeah.
So before you go to bed, you're rummaging around for a large pot to put all these glowworms in. Do you want it to be more of like a bird bath, more like something you can view, or what are you thinking?
Something like a like a bird bath would be good, but like deeper, so that it's got like depth to it, because I found these in a relatively deep pool.
Yeah.
So
A cauldron, even.
a cauldron, even. Yeah, just a cauldron of little worms.
Okay. You're rummaging. I'm imagining you're rummaging through your kitchen, and looking at various clean or cooking utensils and going, nah, that's not right, and they're all clanging together as you're rummaging through shit. And you find a big cooking pot for soup and stuff, and can clearly hold a few gallons of water, and be perfect for their little wormy home at the moment.
Cool. I don't have the spell to create water, unfortunately. So,
Oh no, you'll have to go out to the water that only
yeah.
surrounds and fills the entire city everywhere.
Oh no, yeah. I'll just like set up a little floating disc and set the pot on it. Grab the water, floating disc, back up.
This mage. Um, yeah, you go down to one of the waterways and just go and collect it. It isn't fresh water, so if you want it to be seawater, it already is, but like that is the environment they were living in, so it's
Yeah,
seawater.
seawater's fine.
Yeah, cool. Where do you put it in your house? I know your house is super cluttered with flotsam and books and study and stuff. So to me, it's just like a hoarder house almost, but a little bit more organized than that.
Probably not in the same room where I store all my parchment.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't want that to get wet. But actually, it might just go in the kitchen, honestly.
Okay.
Just on
Now,
a table in the kitchen.
yeah, now you have a nightlight in your kitchen, this glowing cauldron with this kind of teal, let's call it Baja Blast light pouring out of it, and it fills your entire kitchen with this comfortable glow as the worms
Okay.
seem to be happier with their new environment.
So, I don't think this has to be now, but one of the spells on my list is Continual Flame.
Okay.
I think it would be really fun to say that I have it, but it's just me like taking out a little pot of a worm.
Okay, what can you describe continual flame to me?
Yeah,
Or I
let me
could look
find
at it. True. I don't have to be that lazy. My bad.
it. No, it's fine, it's fine. Where is it? I think it's the second level, I want to say.
Oh, it's not in your known list. Okay.
No, it's not. Yeah. A flame equivalent in brightness to a torch springs forth from an object that you touch. The effect looks like a regular flame, but creates no heat and doesn't use oxygen. A continual flame can be covered or hidden, but not smothered or quenched. Basically,
Do you want to
I think it would be funny to use these worms as a uh, instead of that.
as the source of it? So you're conjuring up a little sample of worms, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I like it.
Just studying the luminescence and stuff, and like analyzing that. And I don't need to have access to that right now. That's just
No,
like
but I like
that
the
is my
flavor.
end goal with these. Uh,
It's
is a source of light.
it's good to know. I like it. Mage is discovering things and having fun with magic, as a mage should. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you turn in for the night?
Nope. I just wanted to make sure that I had a lore set up for these worms.
Heck yeah. Worms secured, lore locked. You're good.
Heck yes.
Alright. So the next day comes around, early morning. Porta to Lauren is having a busy working day as normal. Jaina, you're in your the home you've been living in forever. And the other two are in the brand new house up in the fancy part of town. What would you like to do?
Well, first thing, Jaina will meet up with them. I would assume that they exchanged like where exactly their
Yeah.
houses are.
Yeah.
And I
sure.
will need to grab the description, but I'll set an arcane lock on my house. Let me see how that works, though. Touch a closed door, window, gate, chest, or other entryway, and it becomes locked for the duration. Duration is until dispelled. So basically, I like magically lock my house.
Yeah.
Is that a ritual? It is not.
Please consume that slot if you don't mind.
Yes, I will. Level. Slot consumed.
Nope. Samir and Leo, you are in your fancy home. It is the new morning. You got a 2-story home with a basement. World is yours. Pretty soon after you wake up, Jaina does manage to make her way to the north of the city and finds the place.
If I think Samira has made something to eat, hot food.
Sweet, sweet. I have descriptions for y'all. Oh, sorry, I saw the message. Just a second.
It's just arcane lock description.
Oh, okay.
I can set a password, and the password is drowning ogre.
Nice. Drowning ogre. Oh no. So Samira, since Leo's gone for the moment, Jaina comes up to the house, knocks on the door. Let's just say Leo's asleep. You've made some food. Yeah. I'm assuming you let her in.
Of course, yeah.
Jaina, it's a pretty upscale house when you enter it. It's got tall ceilings. The stone and woodwork is very high quality. It's in a nice part of town. There's clearly some fancy people walking around, some good clothes, and some nice carts. Samir's prepared a breakfast for you. On the kitchen counter is a description left by one of Avalid's people, and it states locations of a few of the ruins that were corroborated between the three of you as talking about them. We don't have to go over it right now if you want to talk about other things, but it's there.
When Samira opens the door, she's in her relaxed clothes. She's probably got her hair up, so she looks a lot less imposing than when she's in her full gear.
The plate.
Mm-hmm. So she'll open the door and say, "Yes, Jaina, come in. Just in time."
Just in time for what?
Food, hot. It's just finished.
Well, I guess I'll help myself then.
Please
And
do.
she'll come in and sort of scrape off her feet and go sit down at the table. I assume for planning, and also
Yeah, I
just
will lay out
breakfast.
the floor for you. At another time. So I'm working on a map for it, so you'll
Gotcha.
have the full view of it. Just assume it's a building with 3 to 4 bedrooms upstairs, with a large main room downstairs. Part of the kitchen is there, and then a basement. And then to the side is a side yard with a integrated barn.
Cool.
Mira definitely has like I think she's already sort of been putting plates together, so she hands you one that has a very, very healthy portion of food on it.
Well, thank you. How many doors does this place have?
Front door and a side door.
Front door,
Side
side
doors
door?
for
Okay.
yeah. Front door goes to the street. Side door goes to the sorry, I'm losing my voice. The gated in like side yard.
Well, eventually I'd like to put a lock on all of the entrances, if that is okay.
A magical lock, you mean, or?
Magical lock, yes. I just went on a little bit of a adventure. It was strange. There was this little like an old dwarf guy. Apparently he's been around a while, so he has some old spell tablets that especially have to do with like, protection and stuff. I figured if we're gonna be putting on these like large scale operations, we may as well have some security for our base of operations.
I think that makes sense.
But first food. and she'll like start digging in.
Yes, eat. Leo is not there yet, I assume.
I
Yeah,
don't
with
know.
Chip Julia. It's the morning of, and Jaina has made her way up to the house in Duskford. Y'all are having breakfast. There is a parchment left by the starving for a few of the locations that they found matched Jaina's notes. And then, yeah, they were just discussing putting locks on the home. Magical locks.
Sure, Leo will come downstairs as, it takes him a while to get dressed.
Mm-hmm. I
And,
also like to
he
try
has
on
to...
multiple outfits when I get dressed. I mean, what?
It's not even about multiple outfits for Leo, which is the problem.
Mm.
It takes a while because he has one hand, and the magic hand is like, still weird.
Would you like some help with that?
Oh, nah, I'm fine right now. I got, I'm used to using, the one hand. Now I got the magic-y hand, so, it's just a matter of figuring it all out and, making sure it all works. Plus, it takes a little bit to get this on, and he kind of dings on his breastplate.
Ready for anything.
True. Well, anytime you want, I have I can make a little servant to help you if you ever want it, I guess.
Uh, uh, sure, I guess. Maybe some other time, I guess.
Okay.
Anyways, um, we're doing a, planning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. We have the locations from that Avlad's people looked into. We should check that against our existing lists of locations. See if we can't figure out more about what interest the cult has in these different sites?
Certainly. Sounds like a good plan to start off with.
And as you're saying all that, and you look over the paper, it will read the following. The first one is a ruin that sinks into the swamp. Water flows on either side of the steps that lead into an underground chamber. The building that surrounds this descending staircase has crumbled under the weight of rot and time. The swamp has not been kind to this location. If you have dared enter this cavern or even know of its location, it is guarded by a large beast that seems to have made it its home. The second one reads, a hill to the south that has a shipwreck nestled among trees, clearly having grown over time and hoisted the watercraft a few meters into the air. A ghost ship that sails among the green waves of grass in the coastal winds. Its masts have fallen, but its large hull may hold many interesting trinkets or a clue to something interesting.
Me when my hull holds interesting trinkets.
God damn it. Third one. A rocky plateau where the swamp ends and the forest begins to the west has been rumored to be the gate of a mass grave. Hundreds, if not thousands, of bodies are said to be buried there, some haphazardly, others in a more respectful and traditional manners. There are tombs that might hold more than dead bodies and lost memories.
Were those all of them?
So
Yeah, it was just three.
there's
Sorry.
there is a building in the swamp that is guarded by a beast. There is a ship that is raised above the waterline.
And to be clear, to the south is where the cult has been coming from. So that is in their direction.
Okay. What direction is the ruin? To the north?
It's in the swamp, so it's just like westward, but not like hella westward. It's closer to the city.
So there's west, then there's further west, and then there's south?
Yep,
South is the shipwreck.
yep.
Okay. And then further west
Is the tomb.
Is where the
is the
swamp ends and the
tomb.
forest begins. Things begin getting drier there.
And
That's
that's
it.
where the tomb is.
Yeah. And the reason why these
mean-
3 locations are out there is because they were on your info, Jaina. They were on the info left in the building that you currently are in, and Avalid's own scouting notes from his organization.
So these are almost guaranteed to be real then.
Yep. I just wanted to break it down into that. Because, yeah, you weren't sure exactly what the situation was with this, but there are multiple parties interested in all 3 of these. So that's why they're there.
So we just fought cultists to the south. So they may be on the lookout for us. So I don't think we should go to the shipwreck yet.
And because they're most active currently in the south, going there might not be the wisest course of action. I would suggest just checking it out. We can just to check it out, I guess I should specify. What we can do is we can head to the western ones and we could see maybe what's going on with this ruins in the swamp business. If it's a beast, I might be able to talk to it. If it's not a beast, I definitely won't be able to talk to it. If it's just some crazy big giant monster, we'll end up in a fight, but it's something to take note of at the very least.
Well, we could make a journey planning to go to the tomb, because that's further out, And if we get to the tomb and decide that it's too much for us, we can double back into the swamp.
I think that seems reasonable.
Okay, so we go kind of semi around / through the swamp, avoid the ruins, go to the tomb, and then make our way back and come through the tomb.
Well, we would be going
Or
to the
not
tomb
through
to
the tomb.
explore it. Yeah.
Not the
Uh,
tomb, to the ruins. Sorry,
yeah.
got the two mixed up.
Basically, like make the decision on the ruins in the swamp based on what we have after we investigate the tomb, right?
Seems reasonable.
I
And there
I
is a
believe-
river that heads westward if you would like to take the river to the tomb instead of crawling through the swamp to get to it. That's the same river that goes through the north of the city.
that would be the most convenient option.
Actually, in that case, we might be able to hit the tomb and make our decision whether we even want to go to the, or we can go to the tomb on the edge and make the decision whether we even want to venture into the swamp based on how much we have left. I mean, we have enough gold. We could probably get a ship to stay
probably
there
get a
for
barge,
a
yeah.
couple of days. Yeah.
We should make sure that we have enough supplies for everything. And we have to make sure that we have enough supplies here at the house to maintain the camels and the cart and everything.
We have camels.
Well-
We do. I mean, I do. I do.
A singular
Yeah, I think
camel,
that-
but yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a camel.
There is one camel, and there's also the robot and the deer man thing, deer dog creature man thing.
Deer dog man creature.
Yes.
Long story. Let's not talk about it right now. We'll talk about it later.
We should speak with them about what they want to do. Whether they would rather come with us or stay in guard our new base of operations.
Yeah,
Well-
that's the plan. I want to bring them over here first because that way we can get out of what's his face's hair.
Jardine,
Yeah.
the Kobold.
We can get them all out of Jardine's hair, and we can go around see if we can find a not a maid, someone who will
pair.
manage the house while we're what?
An au pair. Someone who is more than a maid, someone who basically manages the house, whether the owners are there or not. They're basically a
Yeah,
butler.
that.
Just another way to say that, but it's gender inclusive.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was called.
It's all good.
We'll find, we should find a person who can manage the house while we're here, while we're not here, and while we're here, but whatever, semantics.
Here's a thought. I'd like to get out to those sites as soon as we can, of course. But maybe we take a few days and really plan out an expedition. Even if we hire a ship, maybe we can also hire some crew to help us sort through whatever we find.
If we took
Sure.
a few days, I'd be able to lock more of the entrances to our
Would also be
Yeah.
helpful.
Abode.
abodes. Also,
Hey.
I looked at the spell and it does consume 25 gold pieces worth of something. I had 25 gold pieces in my inventory just from starting equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So I just removed that.
That
But,
sounds good to me.
Leo
I will
hands
need-
both of you. He hands both of you 250 gold. Just here.
Okay.
That is currently just. We'll politely call that the allowance for the day. For like, this is here. This is money you can go spend to start our activities.
Okay. That'll be definitely worth it.
Yeah.
250, you say?
Yeah,
Yep.
250. If that's not enough, let me know. Leo will just be like, if that's not enough, let me know. We are currently flush.
Normally I would say that I don't really need too much money beyond what we need to survive, but maybe I'll go and look into hiring a crew for us. This could be helpful with that.
Alrighty. That works.
Cool. And I guess I'll go start locking the place up. I'm gonna make the password depend on the location. So every door of a specific house will have the same password, essentially.
That makes sense.
Got it.
Suppose we should also introduce Jaina to the other members of our
Individuals.
little band.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will go retrieve them. Samira, do you have anything you want to, take care of or do right now?
I'll spend some time just taking care of my gear until you get back, and then once Jane has met everyone, I'll go out and put feelers out for a crew and a ship.
Cool. I will be back in a little while. Leo hobbles out of the house and head towards Jardines.
Cool. So Jaina would get started on unlocking everything. I'm assuming I can upcast Arcane Lock just to be able to use the spell.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an upcast, but like I can use third level slots for specifically this. In that case, today I can put up 5 more because I locked my front door as well. And then in the future, if I'm not doing anything else in a day, I can put up 6 locks.
I'll make note of that.
But I also need 25 gold pieces each time I do it, so
Yep.
gets a little expensive a little quickly.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it for our bases of operation, I'm sure.
So at the building you're currently at, Jaina, there is a front door, and there is a gate to like an enclosed stone yard, and then there's a side door that leads from that yard into the house. Did you want to lock all 3, or just the ones that are street facing?
Just the ones that go inside. I think leaving the outside. I don't think we're going to be storing anything outside particularly valuable.
Oh, you will be. The carts.
We will be? Okay.
And anything else that
Then
you'd be using. But like in the immediate future, yeah, if you just want to lock the 2 house doors, totally fine.
yeah. So I'll lock those 2. Are there any like shutters?
Tons, yeah.
Tons.
It's
Okay.
a residential
gonna
home.
take
It's
some
got it's got windows and shit. So yeah, I would just say like as a general hygiene when playing Like whenever you're starting a day, maybe just find a window and lock it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So I'll lock as many as I can. Uh, for now, starting with the ones closest to doors.
All right. Do you want to leave the other house, with the blacksmith equipment, unlocked, or are you just focusing on this one here?
Oh, I guess not. Okay.
Because you're currently at 3 used for the day. You have 3 more.
Yeah. So I'll leave it there for now. I'll just focus on the doors, and then when we have downtime in the future, I'll lock windows.
We haven't moved anything into the other place yet either, so it's not urgent.
Oh, okay.
You might not want squatters, but there are 2 doors on that house. So very similar setup to the one that you just purchased. Or the one that you're currently at, I mean.
My house, I think, only has 1 door. I think there might be like a balcony, but the 1 door is probably fine for my house. Especially because I don't think I'm gonna want anything as far as like the army goes in my house.
You wouldn't think so?
No. So I guess locking the doors, I'll wait until we can get to the other place, and I'll lock those ones.
Okay. So I've got you down for 3 at the moment. Total for the day. Okay.
Basically, I've used all of my second level slots.
Yeah. Don't get into a fight. Don't walk into a tavern and punch someone. Unless you really want to. Okay. So that's going on. I'm guessing you're staying there while Leo just goes to Jardine's place, and then Samira, you're out hunting for crew, right?
Samira is gonna wait for Leo and the others to get back before she heads out, so she will just be doing gear maintenance, which is probably like cleaning up her armor and weapons. I think she has some like little rituals for her axe that are like a little more involved than just sharpening it, but they're just tied to her culture and the significance of her axe.
Definitely. Got you. Leo, you've made your way to Jardine's house. It's familiar. It's kind of become a bit of a home for you lately. Crested and Lugal are still inside. I'm guessing you just
Is
head up in there.
Yardine around?
He is, yes.
Cool. I will go to Creston and Lugal and be like, "Hey, guess what? We got a new house. We're leaving."
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you'll actually have a place you can set up your chair and properly sit in it.
Wait. I'm gonna miss this place.
Yeah, the new place is an improvement. If you don't mind, could you and Lugal get the camel and the cart ready to go?
Yeah, no problem.
Cool, I'm just gonna go talk to Jardine.
Okay.
And Krasa gets up from whatever he was doing in the kitchen and begins making preparations, going out into the backyard, harnessing the camel, etc.
What's Lugal doing?
He was just chilling in the living room. He did hear the conversation, and he's now standing up. So there's a deer with a dog face, pit bull specifically, standing in the living room.
Cool.
Hello.
Jaina, did you go with him?
Oh no, I didn't. Why did I think that? I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
So this will be the future starting point of all of our operations for the near future. We're one step closer to properly starting everything off.
That's a wonderful thing.
Indubitably. I'll see you when I head outside. And he goes and finds Jardine.
Jardine is upstairs reading a book.
I lightly knock on, the door or whatever is equate to like the door frame or whatever separates the room from whatever.
Sure. He looks up.
Oh, hey there, Leo.
Hey, yeah. So we're gonna be taking off. We're gonna be taking our stuff over to our new place. Here's the address. He just like tells him the address. There's a couple things that I wanted to make sure to clear up with you. First, we thank you for your gracious hospitality, and for said gracious hospitality, here, have this. And he hands over a sack of 500 gold.
He gets up from his chair and walks over and grabs the satchel.
Oh, what the? This is heavy, buddy.
Yeah, it is. Sorry about that. It's a good hundo pounds, or good 10 pounds. Sorry, not hundo, 10.
Oh my
A
god.
good 10-pound sack of gold.
Well, that was very generous of you. I wasn't expecting this much, but I really appreciate it, and it's been good to get to know you all. And at the
Yeah,
at the very least, it's been nice to have some company for a while.
yeah, and we really, and me especially, I've been putting you through a ringer, and I apologize for that. It's been a heck of a time, and I really appreciate you putting up with me and us for as long as you have, honestly. And there was a question I was going to ask. I was hoping to get a hold of some supplies,
Okay, what do you need?
specifically the supplies that are questionable. I guess I'm looking for explosives.
I like the stuff you deliver, or something different.
Something like that. It can be something different, that's for sure. It can definitely be something different. It's just that's a good reference, is whatever that stuff was. I'm not super familiar with it. I've only seen what happened when, an accident happened. And
It's touchy
that's
stuff.
terrifying.
That's for sure.
It's touchy stuff. That's definitely for sure. You gotta be careful with that. But I'm looking for, stuff that is equivalent to that, or, stuff of that nature. I'm looking for stuff with a little bit of, firepower, a little bit of kick, and stuff like that.
How many bones you need
It
to
doesn't
see?
have to be, huh?
Oh, well, how much do you need?
Well, however, I mean, a good portion would be, I don't know, let's see, a portion of it will need to be stashed there, a portion of it will need to be stashed there. Gotta make sure I stash some there.
But
Gotta
do you
make
mean
sure
like
everything
a
is
barrel,
there.
12 barrels, a box? What are you thinking?
Uh, Start with 3 barrels.
That gives me a good size. I can work with that.
Yeah, that'll be a good starting off point for what I'm going to be looking into.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's if there's any of it around, but there was some explosive powder. I don't know what it's called.
Mm-hmm. You
I know
just
there,
want the
there was
loose
these.
stuff.
I want both.
Okay. 3 barrels is that too?
1 barrel. 1 barrel of explosive powder, the explosive powder stuff, and
Uh-huh.
3 barrels of like some of that liquidy stuff.
Oh, you want some of that? Okay.
And I need to make sure that I get something that burns and something that
Did you just do it with your hands?
Yes, I did. I 100% did. I 100% made the explosion hand with my hands.
I knew it.
The explosion motion with my hands. Yeah, I can't see it, but you know I made it.
Uh-huh.
Well, it sounds like a party
I
to
can't
me.
make that. Yeah, it's yeah, it'll be there'll be bigger stuff that I'll need it all for in the future.
Okay. I may not be an explosive dealer, but I know people who deal in explosives, so don't worry about it. We'll find it.
All right. You can get in touch with me you'll be able to get in touch with me at the new house, but if you don't want to go through the new house, we got another property. It's an old blacksmithy. He tells them where the old blacksmithy is. We're going to be setting up a business out of that place in the near future. So if you want to deliver it there, that'll be a safer option because nobody will be there for a while.
Yeah, if you're posted up in Duskford, I don't think I want to be rolling around with a bunch of explosives through there. I don't want more eyes on me than I already
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, that's I'm trying to get those eyes off of you right now.
I
But
appreciate that.
if you Smithy, got it. Cool. I'll head over there every now and then when I have the time. Yeah, we might be headed out of town for a little while. So this is just a little bit of a chat between compatriots, if you will, for right now.
Sure. I can't get this immediately. Maybe some of it. But do you need any before you leave?
No, not really. If you can get a small amount of that explosive powder before I go, that'll be handy.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called. I just know that there's a thing that's called explosive powder.
Yes. I don't know either. But I've seen it. I've used it. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, we'll figure that out over conversations and other stuff. Let me know how much you need whenever is convenient and whatnot.
My brother calls it boom dust, but I'm pretty sure it's not right. That doesn't sound like something
Oh,
most
God.
people would call.
Yeah. Another question. Wait, we already know about an apothecary alchemisty person here, right?
Yep.
Already kinda know 'em?
Terribles. Yep.
Yeah. Terrible thingamajigs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to know a place where we could hire somebody to look after the house
Like
while we're
guards?
out? Guards, maids, owl pair,
I know what you're talking about.
owl pale,
Au pair.
owl pair. Oh yeah.
AUPAIR. Au pair.
Mm.
Um,
those types of people.
I don't, but I can ask around. As you can see, and probably know, I'm not the fanciest guy out there. But
Yeah, no worries.
I'll see what I can find though.
Sounds good. Yeah, if you find something, we'll probably be doing that today or tomorrow or whatever. I'll see you later, Jardine.
Okay. Well, it's nice getting to know you kids.
Yep, it was nice getting to know you too. And Leo leaves the house and gets ready to take Craston and Lugal and the camel and the cart back to the house.
right on. Jardine takes your gold, and you're now down to 7,500, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I already took care of that.
Keeping track. So Lugal is in the cart, so is Crasted. It's ready for you to drive. The camel's out front, and you are now on the streets of Tarbent, or Talorn, I mean. I
Yippee!
assume you just head back to the house from this morning.
Yeah, just head back there.
Okay.
Gotta
Sometime
make sure setting up Crested is the priority here.
for sure. For sure. If anything, he's a good little guard dog himself.
Mm-hmm.
As you get across the city, it takes some time, obviously, especially with this cart. You have to wait for the bridges to go down, the larger ones and stuff, to get you across. Sometimes there's just a little barge there that you can hop on, and someone there to pull you across a rope. Eventually, you do make it to the house in Duskford, and you pull up to the large gate that leads to the front yard area, and make your way inside. Samira and Jaina, you see Leo show up with the cart, and he closes the gate behind him. And once it's parked outside, you can see it through the living room and kitchen window. I assume you have the shutters open for some fresh air. I don't know how you do things. But yeah, he is back and with the others.
Very good.
Jaina, you've never met Krasta before, or Lugal, I don't think. If you're watching the cart, you'll see a tall robed man get out of the cart, and then a deer shortly after him. The deer has some horns, nothing too big, but some sort of buck. Odd that it's just kind of hanging out with y'all. And there's a camel. You have never seen a camel before. You've heard of them. They're like horses. They have a very disturbing and off-putting back, if that would be bothering you. You're wondering if it's injured or something like that as you're looking at it. It has big
I think
hoofs.
Jaina is just vigorously taking notes on it.
Okay. It's got a fuzzy tan skin. Or tan hide, I mean, like the fluff.
Interesting. It looks like a camel. That's crazy.
And as go ahead.
I have heard of Crasted. I've heard stories from Sebastian, so
yeah.
Yes,
true.
right now he's just quote unquote disguised.
Yeah.
Just wearing a big old cloak. Not suspicious at all in the middle of the day. But no one from the street can see y'all. You're in your private yard, so you're chilling.
Cool. So I'm just sort of, I think I'm excited about the camel. I'm more interested in the deer with a pug face.
Pitbull face.
Pitbull face.
Yes.
That is just talking and hanging out, or
essentially. So, you haven't walked up to them or whatever, but you're seeing this, and Krasta gets out as the deer also gets out. When Krasta turns around, you can see the front of his cloak, fully metallic face, kind of a gold color to him. He has no neck, but a large round torso. Some hobbled together arms and legs are tall and making him stand quite taller than anyone else in the group. His glowing eyes just kind of look down at you, and they have that sort of orangey red glow to them. He doesn't have a moving mouth or anything like that, but he reaches out his bony, skeletal, metallic hand to you to shake your hand as you walk up.
Hi there, I'm Crasted.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I've heard a bit about you, but wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too strong of a grip? I apologize.
It's okay. I've just never seen this much metal before.
Yeah, most people haven't. I happen to. He like wraps his chest with his hand, and it kind of like echoes and pings. Uh, he goes, well, not many people have seen many folks like me, but I do what I can to hide,
Well, it's
I
nice to
guess,
finally meet you.
and be useful. Likewise, it's nice to meet you too. He sort of bows at his waist because he doesn't have a mobile torso and neck in that way. But it does kind of lean over slightly. To his side is the deer with the pit bull face. It's not happy. It's not sad. It's just kind of a neutral face. And it looks up at you as you're walking up and talking to Crested. It doesn't say anything first.
I don't believe I know about you. And she'll sort of the same way she like looked at the camel. I don't think it really like registers to her that this thing would speak. So she just sort of like starts looking at it like she did the camel and taking notes and
Once you're good and distracted with your notes, as soon as your pen is about to write, he'll just say in this kind of dark and bellowing voice, but quiet and like patient voice that says, "I am Lugal."
Oh, you can hi Lugal, I'm Jaina. Sorry, I guess I
Are you one of these whelps'
I'm
friends?
sorry. Uh, y- y- acquaintance. I have been kind of sucked into all this, so um, I'm sure I'll become great friends. But
He squints at you.
I've only known these people a couple of days, so
Are you
The mirror
commandable?
will jump in. The mirror will jump in to say she's researching something that is of interest to the cult, so we felt it made us natural allies.
His demeanor softens just slightly. Ah, that is good to hear.
Also, Crasted, I don't want to rush you, but feel free to set up the chair wherever you like.
Oh, gladly. That would be great. I've been feeling a little low lately, anyway.
Shit, that was Turtle's voice. uh, he goes out and grabs the chair, and the suspension from the cart noticeably shifts as he pulls it out. And it's this giant golden chair with a red seat, and underneath it is a collection of crystals that hang down below it in sort of a stalactite fashion. And there's ornate feet at the bottom that curl up and around, and it looks really heavy, but also really expensive. Might be completely made of gold. And he begins hefting this across the front lawn into the side door of the house. And you can hear it being set down as Crested looks around, trying to figure out where to put it. You can just hear him from the other room going, "Well, this is nice." And then
yeah,
so,
also,
go ahead.
when I set the lock on the doors,
Mhm.
I knew of Crasted, so I would have put him as one of the people who can just go through it. I don't think what was their name? Lu- Lu-
Lugal,
Lugal?
Lugal.
Lugal. I don't believe she would
like
have added
like a
him.
loogie.
Like a loogie, okay. I don't think she would have instinctually added him in, but when they get here, she will tell them the password of Camelback.
Okay. I would assume that the door would have just been left open from you stepping out to like greet them. But yeah, that's
That
good
is
to know.
fun.
Yeah. Cool. So Lugal will make his way into the house after you all do as well. Crasted initially is going to set up the chair in the middle of the living room because he hasn't really explored the house yet or figured out where he wants to put things. But Jaina, you'll see him sit down or set it down there and then just kind of wander around the house for a moment, and then he'll come back around and just kind of affirmatively sit down on the chair, and you'll see his eyes kind of fade as the chair begins to glow from the bottom, emanating a red-orange light as he seems to fall into a trance. He is unable to respond to anyone, but he seems to be syncing with the chair in some fashion or another as energy begins coursing throughout the room. And since you're a mage, you can tell there's a lot of arcane energy happening right now, and it's a fairly intense situation as energy seems to be coursing into Crasted, and it takes about 20 minutes for this process where he's completely unresponsive. If you try and like, knock on his head or anything like that, he won't respond. As the power's just like surging through him and just kind of like warming up the place as well. As this situation is going on and comes to an end, Crasted will just kind of like noticeably slump a bit in the chair and look around Batman style because he doesn't really have a super good neck with a lot of range of motion, and look around and go, "Oh, that feels much better. I feel relieved."
Yeah, I'm glad about that, buddy. Do we need to move the chair to any specific place, or is that spot good for you?
Well, it's probably not going to be the best for a living room, but maybe I'll take the basement or something. I don't know, that basement had weird energy. But, yeah, we'll figure something out. Or I could maybe put it, like,
Yeah,
under
if
the
there's
staircase here.
yeah, wherever, if we can find you a spot to put it, we'll put it there. Whichever one, fits you best.
I mean, it might just be good furniture in the living room, because you don't have a lot of furniture here, but if this isn't your style, like, I get it. But
It's mostly for your convenience, bud.
fair enough. I can
I
definitely
mean, it
sense the whole property when I sit down in this spot, so this spot is good.
okay. It's mostly just a chair for you. I mean, anybody who does sit in that, gets all weird. Leo's never sat in that chair, so he can only respond to what Sebastian has said about it.
Okay, for sure. Basically, if anyone else sits in it, they get a similar ability to sense things around them, but not as far as Crasted can see.
Yeah.
And they don't like power up. Obviously, that's just a him thing.
Yeah. This is also for because you don't have one of these. He hands over a ring of invisibility.
Oh, thank you. That's freaking. I guess you've been fighting cultists then.
Yeah, we had a lot. We had a lot happen over the past few days, so here you go. And yeah, now Crass just has a ring of invisibility.
Hell yeah.
Also, just out of curiosity, can you use either of these? And he holds up a long sword and a spear.
The longsword, maybe. I don't think I know how to use a spear, though. I'll have to check, but I can try them if you want to keep them around the house. I could practice in the yard now that we have a yard.
Yeah. I'll leave him someplace you can, reach him real easy.
Yeah, that sounds good. These are nice. Where'd you get them?
Help this.
Oh, of course.
He kind of wipes his hand as he sets it down to the side.
Yeah, trust me, that's what I do whenever I want to. Whenever I use it too.
Well, cleaning
But yeah,
could go far. I don't know if you can clean the stain of
yeah,
tortured souls, but you know, you do what you can.
yeah, it's true. That's what I did with this one. I cleaned the the stained tortured souls off of this one, and he holds up like his. It's his. It's the +1 that he has, the one that
Yeah.
he's been using for a while. It's all like it's been grunged up and cleaned, and it's got some extra flair and style to it that's fits Leo's aesthetic.
Yeah. It's yours now.
It's
You've
also
made
got
it
a little
yours.
fur on the end. Yeah. One day I'll
Lu-
find something better than this thing, though. Hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure. We'll meet some cool guy that can make some cool stuff, and maybe I can get some better arms. I mean, I'm not saying those blacksmiths didn't do me a good job, but like, they're just not like my old ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I just don't know anybody who could, work on you that would, be a good option, I guess.
Like,
We will
might
be
be a
on it.
long
We will
journey
be
to find
opening
that.
up Yeah, I mean, I was hoping when we found your old house, we might be able to find, somebody there, but we all know how that
Yeah.
turned out.
I
I mean, at
am
least the two of us do.
I'm starting to accept that my family might be gone forever, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm cool with just hanging
Well, I
out with you
gotta.
guys, because I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. In all honesty, when I head home, I want to, be able to hold my head high.
Yeah.
When well, it's kind of out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. It's a good home, good place.
I've heard.
I wonder if those guys are doing okay. He kind of thinks to the side about like the orc and the kobolds that he paid
Like-
people to take care of for a while.
like a rug. I didn't meet him for very long because I was out of it for most of that, but he seemed cool.
Yeah, a rug is fine. Stabby is okay, and the other one should be fine.
Hopefully.
Yeah, the kobold pair should be fine. They'll follow a rug if nothing else. They should be
Yeah.
fine. They got work. There'll be stuff to do.
I wish I got to see that town
Wow.
more, but unfortunately, I got dismembered.
Well, I'll tell you this much: you didn't miss a whole lot.
True.
There's plenty. There's enough there because it's a small town, but it's just a small town. That's all.
Well, it's an important town to you, so that makes it important to me.
Yeah, one day we'll head back.
As you're talking about this, Lugal's been sort of pacing around the house. He went upstairs. You can hear the hooves going clomp, 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 on the wooden floor, and also going downstairs, to the basement and stuff. I have to ban someone on Twitch real quick, just a minute.
Ugh,
I know.
bots.
It's always, would you like cheap viewers? No, I want high quality viewers. I want friends. Fool. Fuck off with that. Anyway.
Yeah. We don't want cheapos.
Yeah. I want real human beings, not bots. Unless they're bots like Crafted. With that said, as you all begin settling into this new home with a new plan to recruit some people and go out on your first little escapade with a gaggle of fodder, not to diminish their role in things, but if there's anything else y'all would like to do, I'm happy to end the session now since we're basically right at our cutoff time. How are
Yeah,
the three of
that's
you
fine.
feeling?
I have nothing else that I want to do.
Okay, Samira,
Yeah, I
We
think
have
I'm feeling good there.
right on,
we
right on.
we have some time to take care of stuff for a journey to head out of town.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for playing and watching Zotian Epoch episode 41. We'll be coming back in 2 weeks, perhaps. That is like around the holidays time, so it might not happen. We'll see how everybody's feeling, but I'll update on Blue Sky for everyone who wants to watch there. This will be on Twitch for the next 30 days as a VOD, and then after, or immediately, this will be on YouTube for you to view as well. Have a happy new year and happy holidays and Merry Christmas and much love to all of you that participate. I'll see you around.